Good evening, and welcome to Horror on the Orient Express. Thank you for being patient with us as we unexpectedly took a couple of weeks off because, at least for that couple of weeks, I had a very expensive brick on my desk over here. For those of you who didn't see our social media posts, my computer decided to die a horrible, hopefully painful death. Uh, yeah, I was without a computer to run game off of for a couple of weeks. However, I spent way too much money on a new computer, so that way I could get back to streaming and obviously all my other things I use my computer for. So we appreciate your patience while I had to sell a kidney to afford a new computer.
It's okay, you have two.
Not anymore, but so what?
It's okay, you
Well,
have two.
hey, I didn't say whose kidney it was I sold, so
There you
there
go.
is that.
That's how it's done.
So anyway, it has been a couple of weeks, so I'm sure everybody has forgotten as much about where we were as the players did, myself included. So we should probably recap where exactly we are. So, a few weeks ago, our intrepid investigators finished up their journey in Venice and left the safe house there, more or less intact, with a few cuts and bruises and scrape or two from a catapulter. Also, they seem to have mysteriously made some allies with some additional cats. So that has yet to be explored as to what's going on with the cats that visited them in the middle of the night to apparently cook up a paste. Uh, with that in mind, they continued their trip past Venice to Trieste, which is a recent addition to Italy. It was annexed by Italy about 13 years ago and is just like everywhere else, kind of under the sway of Mussolini and the black shirts here. But the city itself seems to be their first time, the investigators' first time running into actual winter weather. I mean, there's been, cold air, but nothing horrible. They've been able to walk out and about with relative ease, maybe a coat or a jacket. But arriving in Trieste, it has been absolutely frigid. And the wind is so bad that it is knocking people over. Quite literally. In the city of Trieste, the investigators were following a lead provided to them that there may be an additional piece of the simulacrum. Let's see, let me pull it up here. Their clue that they received was, sorry, should have had this pulled up. Another fragment made its way to Trieste at the same time. Its fate is unknown. Look up Johann Winkleman at the museum there. Upon arriving at the museum and paying for entrance, they asked about speaking with Johann Winkleman, at which point they were directed outside to the gardens, where they found a mausoleum and kind of shrine to Winkleman, who is long since deceased, and a really terrifying sculpture or relief as part of it.
A frieze, right? Was that what it was?
Yep. frites, which is a particular kind of relief sculpture. So, yeah. And with that, did a bit of research, found out about Winkleman's life and death. He was apparently he met an untimely demise in Trieste while he was carrying items from elsewhere. And this just happened to be where he stopped over and was lost to the world. And when doing a bit more research, Katerina kind of made a friend of the one of the librarians.
Actually,
That's
the
right.
museum.
I flirted with a cutie.
Yeah, he was, and spoke very good English. It's a bit charming.
Prerequisite for flirting: speaking the same language. Usually.
Uh,
I mean, usually.
usually.
Usually. It helps.
Yeah, it definitely does. Also, another member of our party made a couple of friends. Simon managed to make a couple of friends in the mausoleum temple thing in the gardens, and
Oh, the
had
fair.
befriended a couple of small feral cats that he decided to take in out of the cold.
Yeah, right now they're running around the
Well,
library, to the best of my knowledge.
yes, I believe he did let them go in the library.
Yep.
Probably had mice. It's probably fine.
Oh yeah. So, just as a reminder to our players, I have just shared on your screen again the article that you had found about Winkleman.
Joaquin.
Yep. So, as I recall, we had left off with you guys wanting to go find, see if you could track down his diary.
Yep.
Where are we at with the? As far as we know, we have outpaced the authorities that are theoretically hunting us, right? Like, we haven't seen any. We haven't had any trouble with any police here yet, right?
It's your best bet. And you did make
And we're
sure to
staying.
get a hotel in kind of near the
Right.
docks, kind of out of the way to make it hopefully less obvious.
Off the beaten path.
Yes.
Can I get one of those? They sell those big Russian hats with the flappy thingies around here.
They're not actually Russian, but yes, you would be able to find them because at this point in time, there is a similar version of that worn by fishermen during cold weather. And conveniently, you are on the sea and it is cold weather. So easy enough to find one. Forget what
Yeah,
they're
I'd like to
called.
pick up.
But...
Yeah, it's something with an U, I think, but I'd like to pick up one for myself at least, and maybe some for the my companions, just because it would maybe help make us less conspicuous. Also, it's cold, so you know.
Yep. With your spending limit, that is easy enough to acquire. So Mr. Trench says Ushkana, Ushanka, something like that. It's not going to be necessarily inconspicuous as Casey says, because you guys aren't fishermen, and this is a more common fisherman hat. But it also does hide your face a bit, so give or take.
Actually, when we get a chance, I'd like to do some clothes shopping and buy some not high end stuff, so I don't stand out. at least as long as we're in Italy. But that doesn't even need to be a priority. Are we looking for his diary in the library itself, or is there somewhere else it would be?
So, you guys hadn't actually really done any research into Winkleman in the library. You kind of left off in the library, but really
Okay, so
hadn't done much here.
Okay, so we're we're in the library, and the cats are somewhere, and we're gonna do some library use rolls. I think, at least I'm going to, unless there's an objection. What time of day is it, Josh?
It's early to mid afternoon.
Got some time.
If you're heading to the library, I'll go with you.
We're already there.
That's actually where you guys had left off.
Oh. All right then.
Well, hey,
So-
guess what? That means you did go with him.
Yay! We did it.
Because someone else is going to need to pick up the slack with the library use, I think.
To the rescue.
The
with
question
my
is, am I
20.
rolling library use or am I
Oh.
rolling
Oh my god.
Same exact roll.
whatever flirting is?
Whatever
Jesus.
flirting is.
Nope.
um,
Your only hope.
oh my god.
Okay.
We had 3 80s.
Oh,
The
Jesus, yeah.
RNG seems a little off.
Right?
Yeah.
Anybody want to push?
Liz?
Josh, I blame you, new computer.
Well, yeah, what would the consequences of a
way.
failed push be?
Well, if you did fail on a push, you might accidentally damage one of the books here, and you might not be welcome back. Your companions, they would, but you might not be welcome back in the library.
Well, that's no big
I
deal.
will push. I don't have a great library use, but yeah, whatever. I'll push. So I've never done this before. Do I just roll again? Is that how it goes?
You
Yeah.
do. You cannot spend luck on a push roll.
Yeah, you could just spend 50 luck.
Yeah, you have
yeah,
the luck.
Buckets of luck.
Yeah, you have 8 billion luck.
I spent like 36
Oh.
luck
Don't
last time
spend
on a
50
one
luck.
innocuous roll.
That's
Okay,
fine.
We're gonna hold for 1 second because apparently, the wrong set of rewards are set up currently.
Oh, god darn
So-
it.
Are you able to change that, Justin?
Oh no.
I blame our illustrious Switch person, or not Switch, Twitch.
Isn't that you though?
Well, we're using Nick's channel, so.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say illustrious Switch person. That sounds like a very different thing.
Sorry, I've been writing a lot of Switch statements for work, so.
We do have somebody that is saying they will be spending points for somebody to ignore push penalties. So I don't know who wants to make their push attempt first.
It should probably be whoever has the highest.
Yeah, I've
skill.
only got 30. It looks like both Simon
Not
and
me.
and Katya have better.
Yeah. Simon does have the highest library use.
Yeah, right now I'm trying to fix this thing, though, so.
Yep.
Okay. So he spent a lot of time
I guess it's
researching
me then.
his targets.
So should I just roll it?
Just go ahead.
Okay. Oh, good.
Oh, wow! Wow! Jiminy! That's almost
Oof. It's almost a fumble. You're right.
Well then, I'm just gonna go ahead and just fail that one.
Okay.
So there are consequences, like background consequences to us spending too much time in one place, right? That's baked into this whole thing.
You have no
Like
idea.
that and that. Right. Although, I mean, the fascists alone are on our trail theoretically, so that alone should give us some. some motivation for urgency.
Motivation for urgency. The name of my high school ska hybrid fusion band. All right, so what are we doing?
So,
What's
yeah.
the plan?
I think we're
Didn't
still
really
letting
find anything in the library.
figure his stuff out.
So,
Yeah, we did talk to someone at the library already, right?
Yeah,
I did.
the
I flirted with a dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
so that was the museum that you were flirting with, which is attached to the library.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
There
And
is
also
one-
I
Go
was
ahead.
flirting with the whole museum.
you could go back and do more research on the museum side. You could also go to, there is another smaller library in town. There is, you can start trying to track down the historian to find the diary. There are a lot of lines of research open to you
I
guys.
forget. Were we looking for a specific piece of information in the library, or we were
should've
looking
watched the
for
last
the
You were looking for more information on Winkleman and any possible relation to the simulacrum.
weren't we looking for
Okay, so I'm gonna-
his papers? No, those were
I'm
sold
gonna
at auction.
reread this article. Yeah, because I didn't read
Um,
it all. I just skimmed it.
Can we try to find information on this Giovanni Termona?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's Giovanni Termona?
That's the person who
this-
bought the Winkleman's effects, basically,
Yeah.
at auction after he died.
How would
Medallions
we
eventually
start
went-
looking for that person?
Library?
And this was back
Right?
in the 1750s. So he's
Yeah.
long dead.
Right.
But he was a historian. You know what? For reasons that have absolutely nothing to do with anything other than this investigation, I'm gonna go to the museum.
Okay. So yeah, it has been a couple hours, so it's getting a little bit later in the afternoon. Museum is starting to wind down. Your gentleman friend is sitting there at the front desk still.
Well, did he have a name?
It
I mean, I
was
assume he
Peter.
had one, but did we know it?
Nameless monk. Yes.
Is Peter, because I don't remember who it was, but somebody was super suspicious about him having a English sounding name, but you're guessing it's probably just some sort of either nickname or
Right.
alteration of his Italian name.
Okay.
Interesting.
So I'll approach him, like flag him down, and you know, being kind of like a little nervous and a little blushy, but she quickly recovers and says, "We're looking for information about this man Giovanni Termona. He was a local historian in the 18th century. I figured since possibly he was a historian, maybe the museum might have information regarding him. Maybe he's got something here. I don't know."
The name sounds familiar. One moment. And he goes back over to his desk and starts going through some papers and seems to be cross-referencing a few things. And after just a couple of minutes, he comes back and kind of gestures for you to follow him and starts going up a flight of stairs.
Oh, and I'll follow. Is anyone else with me, or is it just me?
I don't know.
I would have followed along.
Okay.
That's we're
Okay.
all going then?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I wonder if she would be like, we don't all need to go.
I think if she said that, then I'd
No,
stay
no, no.
downstairs.
I don't think she's bold enough to say that.
If she wants a wingman, I'll be there.
The ultimate wingman.
Oh, yeah. So helpful, Simon. No, she probably gives you a look, but she doesn't say anything.
Well, if she gives me a look, I'll let her go on her own.
No, it's not. It's not a look of like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, okay.
It's just a look. It's very
Clifton is
vague.
oblivious to all this.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, you follow along, and he kind of leads you up the stairs. And when he gets up to the top of the stairs, he looks down to make sure you're following, and he looks a little crestfallen seeing your friends are all along, but he's not too dissuaded by it. He still gestures you over. And just off of the top of the stairs, there's a small glass case that he is kind of leading you over towards.
I'll take a look.
In the glass case, there appear to be 8 medallions, and on the bottom, underneath the case itself, on the plinth, is just a small little placard that reads, let's see, hold on, courtesy of the Termonas, Giovanni. Let's see. Courtesy of the Termonas, Giovanni's medallions were recovered and donated to the museum. It's just a simple little placard.
Yeah, we know that they own the hotel, or it was a person at the hotel.
Well, okay, no. So
No, that's a different person.
most of his effects were willed to a waiter at the Locanda Grande. It
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
even say what the guy's name was.
Okay, but it was
It just says
sold.
he was a waiter at Locanda Grande. The medallions eventually went to the Museo di Storia dell'Arte. Well, all of Winkleman's papers, including a personal diary, were sold at auction to one Giovanni Termona. So he must
Okay.
have also gotten a hold of the
Medallions.
medals during the auction, and then when he died, his family or heirs or whatever wound up giving them to the museum. I would assume. That's what yeah.
And the medallions, correct me if I'm wrong, but they don't have anything to do with any of this except for someone tried to steal them and that's why he died.
Roll
Yeah,
spot
like
hidden.
Oh.
oh.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm-
Ooh. I succeed.
Okay. So, Kat, since you're the one there kind of looking at them, you notice that in the case where these 8 medallions are being presented, there is a space that appears to be there specifically for a 9th medallion, but is not full.
Interesting.
Is it in the center of the display or on the edge?
So it's 2 rows of 4 currently, and the one that the 9th would go in is kind of front and center. However, it looks like it has never had it in there because there's no like actual sign that it was ever there. There's just a kind of a placeholder, if you will, and it's not the sort of thing that would be obvious unless you were really examining it, which you were.
Right.
So
I'll point that out to Peter and I'll say, it looks like there's a spot for a 9th one. Is there one missing?
I don't know all the details. I just found in the records that Giovanni's descendants donated these medallions. It was only a few years ago. So this is the only record I have of Giovanni, but it might be worth tracking down his descendants if they know anything about it or have any of his old effects. Whatever you're looking for related to Winkleman might have something to do with them.
Yeah, we need to.
Sorry. You can talk, Brian.
Well, I just you're having a dialogue with a character, so go ahead and
It's
I'll have a
fine.
side comment
I
later.
mean, okay. Yeah, that would be really helpful if we could find his estate and see if we can examine some of those other personal effects. Do you know where his family resides?
I don't. If you were to reach out to the city offices, they're still open, at least probably for another hour or so. They would likely have records of his family and where they are currently.
That sounds like a good plan. Thank you, Peter. You've been very helpful.
And on that, he just kind of lights up with a smile.
Say, Peter, do you
Yeah.
happen to know the story behind these medallions?
I don't offhand. The records that I have indicate that they are only gold plated. They seem to be very old, but our records that we received from the Termonas don't really provide much detail on them.
Yeah, because we noticed, what was it, one of the statues in the garden at Winkleman's. Oh, jeez. My mind is completely blank.
Thing?
At his, it's not his tomb, because he was buried somewhere else, right?
Right.
Yeah,
His, whatever.
it's
His statue thing.
Yeah, his statue.
Memorial.
Yeah, his memorial
Yeah,
had
memorial.
had one of those medallions in the hand of that winged thing, right?
Oh, I guess I've never really noticed that. I don't know. I don't spend much time out in the gardens.
Are all these medallions, do they look the same, or are they all slightly different?
They are all slightly different.
Could I remember the one on the statue to see if it matches any of these?
Yeah.
You didn't really examine it closely enough to say for certain.
Okay.
Can you remind us? Was the statue holding a literal medallion, or was it there just a medallion as part of the statue? It was like a a stone effigy of what would have been a real medallion.
I think they said it was part, or I think you said it was part, right, Josh?
Yes. It wasn't holding a literal medallion, it was part of the statue.
So it was probably if it wasn't what we're looking for, it's just an effigy of what we would be looking for.
Correct.
Just for chuckle's sake, I might run out just to take a look at it quick, because it's right here.
Don't bring back
And you have the day pass.
Yep, may as well use it.
Hey, Peter. It says here that most of Winkleman's other effects were willed to a waiter at the Locanda Grande. I don't suppose any of those effects made their way into the museum, did they?
I don't have any record of any of them making it to the museum. My guess, knowing the politics of the time, is whatever was willed to the waiter probably ended up going to the hotel anyway.
Oh, interesting.
They probably would have taken ownership of them.
That's
I
messed
wonder.
up.
I wonder what his relationship with this waiter was.
Indeed. What was his relationship with this waiter? How do
I mean,
we? So we should go to the Conde Grande probably, or at least investigate that thread. So
mean-
we've got
You did find out last time that the Locanda Grande has been closed down, and let's see. It was closed down and destroyed and rebuilt as a different hotel.
Mm.
So,
that's frustrating. That's a dead end. Okay.
Not
Okay,
necessarily.
so
If his effects, well, Peter's still here, so I won't.
did we get the name of the new hotel?
so it was rebuilt as the Hotel Garni, and was later renamed to the Hotel Vanoli. So it is currently the Hotel Vanoli.
That's not the hotel we're staying at, right?
Nope. This hotel is in the center of town.
Cool. Perhaps we should check that out.
Okay, so there's a couple threads we can chase here. That
Yeah.
one, the hotels, obviously the Giovanni Termona's heirs, and to see if he's, because the last thing we know is Termona was the one who owned his papers and his diary.
Getting a hand on
Um,
that diary is probably like necessary.
Probably. We can also find. It says here that presumably this Francesco Arcangeli murdered him for the medals, but that doesn't mean that that's accurate. It could have been something more nefarious or more conspiratorial. That might be a thread worth
Or-
following too.
If the medals are important beyond their obvious value,
Yeah, I mean, did we? There's no indication that this medal is actually a piece of the simulacrum, right? I mean, I don't see that unless there was. Is there like a purportedly another piece that like fits into the center of the torso or something? Like as far as we know, there's just the limbs, this torso, and the head, right?
Yeah, this does not appear to be a part of the simulacrum because none of these medallions look anything like the material of the simulacrum, have any of the carvings of the simulacrum, anything like that.
they might lead to it or have something to do with it.
Right.
but-
Because
right.
the only lead we have in Trieste is this guy's name. So yeah, we need to follow any threads we can. Basically, I'm not saying we shouldn't. I just
Yeah. I like the idea of finding the Termonas.
that's the most
And then-
obvious lead we have right now. I think we should
Yeah.
follow that. Yeah.
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 I agree.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you
Um,
so much, Peter, for your assistance.
my
If
pleasure.
we need more help, I'll be sure to come around.
Okay,
Of
hold on. So I
course.
need to do one more. Sorry, keep going. I
No,
mean,
that's-
No, that's it. I have no. We don't have to role play the
Peter's-
entire.
and Peter's just being awkwardly flirty anyway.
Yeah,
okay.
I think
So help me understand this-
Kat is like more smiley than you're used to.
Which is just smile at all because she's not typically. So help me understand this piece here. So it says Winkleman was buried at the Cathedral San Gusto churchyard. This was later moved, and the Giardino Lapidario was created on its site. The cenotaph erected to Winkleman in the garden dates from several years after his death. So okay, so this is not this where we are. This is the Cathedral San Gusto or no?
So right now you are in let's see. You are at number 1 here, which is Museo de Historia de Art. So I did add to the map the location of the Hotel Vernoli.
That's the formerly
and-
the La Costa Grande,
Yep, the hotel that he was murdered at.
right?
And then the city
Yes.
records building is actually not terribly far from where you guys are. It's basically just like a block and a half away.
Down the street.
Yeah,
I'm
they're gonna
noticing
close too.
There's an item 16 on this map that says Termona's house, which might
Meh.
um. Okay, hold on. No, back to my original question here because it was
Oops.
Johann. So he was originally buried at the cathedral, and this was later moved to Giardino Lapidar. Later moved, and the Giardino Lapidario was created on its site. So would it?
Yep.
It might be worth checking out his original interment spot, even if he was moved. It's physically moved. something might have been left behind. Just another possible threat. I'm just pointing out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to refresh my memory. Do we know which piece is here? Is it the head, or am I
It's
just?
the torso.
It's the torsos here.
Right?
No, we already have the
No,
torso.
we already have
we
it.
the torso in
Simon
Milan,
knows how much we have the
Okay.
torso.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
because
That was the
the
hardest
last one we got was the leg,
Knee.
right? Because I
I
heard
don't
the
think
knee
we know
on
which
that one.
here.
'Cause you
For
smashed
some
your
reason, I
patella.
was assuming it was the head, but that might just be my own.
No, I
headcanon.
mean, there's no
I don't think
indication.
we have any indication.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That being said, I mean, the whole thing of him having like melancholy and stuff,
yeah, that might be
that
what
kind
I
of
was
points to
thinking
head.
about.
Yeah. Maybe.
Usually it's really obvious where they're like, oh, they had a sudden leg pain, but
Gee,
this one
yeah,
just...
my right arm hurts too badly.
It-
Everyone's right arm hurts.
but
It
this
feels
one was
like everyone's heart is
just-
breaking. Maybe this is a head cold. That's what it is.
Could be.
Get out.
So let's head. Let's head to the records office since we only have like
It's
40
right
minutes
here.
now till they. Yeah, it's right down the block.
Any update on the when I ran out for the medallion?
Oh, yeah. The medallion that it was holding was relatively featureless. It was clearly meant to represent something, but it wasn't like it was exactly whatever it was supposed to be.
Okie dokie. To the records office.
Woo! We did it. Sorry.
Okay. So, you do go to the records office, which, like I said, is not terribly far away, and it's a very small records office for a. It's a city that you're in, a city this size. But there is an older woman sitting behind the counter, and there are two gentlemen that are kind of sitting out front in the main area, and kind of well put together gentlemen, khakis, black shirts,
I figured you were getting there.
yeah.
Oh god. Oh no. Uh,
There's plenty of
just-
room in this sewer. It's fine.
All right, well, I'll just walk right by.
Maybe we should just have one or two of us go, so that we're not like the obvious, oh, these four foreigners. You know what I mean?
maybe we should not walk in and just talk about a plan before we do that. Do we have
Simon doesn't deal with plans.
Yeah.
Well aware of that fact.
Yeah. That's true.
He makes his own
What's that in the
plans
street
on the
back?
fly.
what's the skill tied to disguises?
Disguise.
Yeah.
Is that a
Yeah.
skill? Does anybody have that?
Yes, I do.
Could we maybe make use of that skill?
Sure. I can paint a mustache on you.
That doesn't sound very effective. Okay, I mean, you're the one who speaks Italian. You want to go because they're gonna be. I feel like even if you speak accented Italian, they're gonna be less angry about that than they will be about just some random foreigner being like, "Hey, can you speak English to me?" But I mean, I don't know. I don't want to deal with these cats at all. I'd rather just have Simon break in somewhere after hours than try and talk directly to fascists again.
Wait, what? You want me to break in? I thought that everyone was fighting against that.
At this point, I don't want to deal with any fascists face to face.
Meanwhile, Silvio's like, I want to deal with all the fascists.
I mean, I do, but not until we're ready to leave town. You know what I mean? I'm cool with beating some Nazis and fascists. I'm cool with that, but like, we got to accomplish everything else we need to before we light our reputations on fire.
All right, I'll try to slap together at least a disguise so I don't look like myself. Yeah, then I'll try to walk by.
Okay, so Go ahead and make your disguise roll. I am going to give you a penalty die since you
Doesn't
are
matter.
attempting to do this in the street. Oh,
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
It wasn't a 100. We're fine.
That's not a fumble.
so generally a critical fail is going to be a 100, except for certain things like operating machinery or in combat. It is typically a 96 to 100. However, with a 99, that is bad enough that there's going to be some extra special here.
Okay.
Because
A mini
Can we
fumble.
stop him and be like, dude, you have clown paint on, maybe don't try that? Like, or is that not gonna, is that too?
no, so basically he's kind of applying stuff as he walks up, and pretty much as he walks in, he finishes applying some kind of like dirt and a little bit of makeup, and he walks in with just like a half finished trying to look kind of uh we'll say lower class, with some dirt and, like you're a traveler. But the problem was when you were applying it, you weren't really paying attention. You were focusing on kind of the bottom half, and like the top half of your face is pristine.
Cool.
So you look like an idiot is all. You
Huh.
don't look like you screwed up a disguise, but you do look like an idiot.
Okay.
As
Look like that
I'll go with that. I'm fine. If
You
these
are-
guys think I look like an idiot, they'll probably just laugh at me. So that is what I will go with.
I was gonna say, as soon as you walk in, kind of rubbing your face, the two black shirts look at you and laugh like a malicious, horrible laugh.
Yeah, I'll just walk in.
So the woman behind the counter kind of looks a bit put off by you, but composes herself and
Well,
in
as
Italian.
I think as I get in here, I'll at least try to. Obviously, it didn't work. Now that I saw them laughing at me,
Well, yeah.
so I'd probably grab my handkerchief and just try to, yeah, look apologetic about my face and trying to clean it up.
You kind of start doing that, but she says in Italian to you, "Good day. What can I help you with?"
And I will try to respond back with looking for relatives of Giovanni Termona, and I had some questions about local history that I was told that they might have answers to.
So I am going to ask you to make an Italian roll to try to get as much of this across as possible. You speak enough that you're going to be able to get the basics, but oh wow, a hard success. Very nice. Yeah, the woman's like, the Tremonas, they are known within the city here. Are you just are you looking for anybody in particular? Or just
Direct relatives of Giovanni?
well,
are they-
we don't have entire familial records here, but I can direct you to Antonio Tremona. He is the patriarch of the Tremonas within the city at this time.
Would they have been the ones to donate the medallions to the museum?
Most likely, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that would be perfect. Thank you.
Oh, let me pull my records. So she kind of goes off and is searching through some paper records. Meanwhile, the black shirts kind of come up and are standing right behind you.
They
For
heard-
the rest
they-
of you outside,
They heard my awesome Italian, though. Come on.
The rest of you outside do see the black shirts kind of saunter up behind them and cross their arms and stand menacingly behind him. And in Italian, you do hear, "Where's that accent from, boy?"
Let's see. What sort of insult can I throw?
No, God damn it.
Do it. Do it.
Let's see.
Yeah,
There's a lot of your mama things I can think of right now.
yeah. Your mama taught me.
Oh, I'm just wondering if I need to make some sort of check to see how dumb I am.
We have a broader.
So,
Whatever.
You know what?
if you go ahead and roll an idea check, and this will
Intelligence?
determine. Or, yeah, I always forget that this sheet doesn't have idea.
There we
So,
go. Hard success.
With a hard success, you know that the black shirts don't have any reason, even if you insult them, for them to like arrest you or seriously harm you. But if you do insult them, there's a high chance that they will probably try to rough you up
And toss you on the street before you get the answers you're seeking.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for answers. Boo.
Yep.
Ah, yes. Policing. They can't arrest you, but they can beat you up.
Yep, pretty much.
Cool.
Simon's actually pretty good at staying calm as well in high pressure situations, seeing as that's what he does for his living. So yeah, he'll just shrug and say, no, actually, it's not going to say anything. He knows that they're trying to get a rise out of him. So it'll probably be more of a, and then a shrug, like, yeah.
One of them looks over at the other. Simpleton doesn't even know where he's from. And
Bullies?
Yeah, your mom doesn't know where your dad was
fascists. Fascists are basically grown-up high school bullies that have learned that, they can kill people now. Black shirts especially, because the black shirts, for those of you who do not know, they are mostly war vets from World War I that basically couldn't deal with the fact that they can't murder people whenever they want anymore, and have kind of, rather than like the majority of war vets that came home and dealt with their trauma, or unfortunately didn't deal with their trauma, black shirts decided the way they're going to deal with the fact that they can't kill people whenever they want anymore is they're going to kill people whenever they want. So
The form of political movement that lets them do that, just that.
Mussolini kind of was doing that separately anyway. He just utilized the black shirts. So fascism tends to, attract the violent idiots. So anyway, after a couple of minutes, they give up on their bullying of you and kind of go back to their seats. And the woman does come back with a handful of records and kind of sets it on the counter and pulls out a little scrap of paper. This is Antonio's address. He would be probably the best person to talk to.
Thank you.
And hands it across. I wasn't able to really find many other family records and confirm that he was a descendant of Giovanni, but we do only have the one Termonas in town, and they are well enough known that I can't imagine that they are not descendants of this Giovanni.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. And she kind of goes back to cleaning up her records and nods at you like, "Yep, I'm done."
Yep, I'm done too.
And with that, we will go ahead and have our 8 o'clock break. So thank you for sticking with us, and we will be back momentarily.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome back. So we return to our investigators in Trieste, Italy, as they have acquired the location of possible descendant of the man who might have Winkleman's diary. Also, completely forgot during the recap, but they had also previous session talked about looking into Napoleon's men coming through as a link to the simulacrum. So I put that in the chat for you guys so you didn't forget. But
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we also
yet
learned about
another thing for you guys to look.
the dagger too, right? Or is that what you're talking about?
No, that is at a different location.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the dagger. And then and we still need the scrolls too. Oh, no. There's so many things. Okay.
Quite a few threads.
All right. It's a long list of stuff.
Yeah, there's a few things going on in this campaign.
Just a smidge. Just
Also,
a tiny bit.
fascism, just in general.
All right. So I heard that Clifton wants me to break into the city office once they're closed. So
Why?
I don't know. He's the one that said it.
I think maybe we should avoid more crime. Just a thought.
That's a little felony between friends.
Yeah, what's some light felony?
It's just felony B&E. It's not like we're assaulting any policemen or anything.
Right, unless they show
Yeah.
up.
Not
We're
yet.
already wanted
Not
criminals.
yet.
Might as well just add it to the list.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Let's draw more attention to ourselves. Why not? So since we got what we were coming for, and probably are we going to go to the Termona's place tonight? Because I feel like what would be a good time to, drop by unannounced someone's house and ask to see some old family heirlooms. Is the evening a better time? The morning? Afternoon?
Or do we request an audience at some point?
Oh yeah, is there how? Okay,
Suppose we could walk by and just see how
Yeah.
fancy
Let's
this
go
place
to
is.
Toronto's residence and see how opulent it is. And if they clearly have a butler, then maybe we need to change our approach.
If they have a fenced-in yard, I think we need to, change our approach.
I think somebody I know has a grappling hook, so...
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can definitely. If that's what you're suggesting, I'll go for it.
No, I'm not. Shut up.
So,
Staying out of the crime planning right now.
as was pointed out on the map, there is Termona's house.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to cover up the listing because you guys were going to come across it eventually, but that is Antonio Termona's. So not terribly far away from where you guys are. So it's really just kind of a 5-10 minute walk. Probably a little bit longer than that, but yeah. You do arrive there, and it is a large home, but it's not like some giant mansion or anything. But it is definitely a large, nice home.
Let's go for it. We're here.
Are there fascists guarding the door?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Just the inhabitants are fascists, so we'll have to deal with that.
Just our luck. Maybe we can break in when they're unconscious and punch them in the head and kill them.
Oh. Again.
So
Not my intention.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I need to make sure my face looks actually clean now, because...
yeah, you are able to clean up your horrible mistake with makeup.
All right, good. Okay. Yeah, we'll knock on the door. Is there a doorbell?
There is.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I'm here. Ding dong.
After just a couple of moments, a gentleman comes to the door, and the gentleman is what can be best described as just villainous looking. He's got a scowl on his face, and he actually has an eye patch and he has slicked back black hair.
Does he have a
And
goatee?
no goatee. This is not the
Because he's
mirror
not a
universe.
typical twin of someone who's good. He's just
Yeah.
bad. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, your instant thought is, oh my god, this is a bad guy. And in Italian, he kind of, after looking you over, he gruffly says, "And what can I do for you?"
We were looking to speak with Antonio Tremona.
And you're responding in Italian as well, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. He looks displeased, but kind of waves you into the house.
Grazie.
When you get inside, it's just kind of a standard entrance hall. There's paintings on the wall and various objets d'art kind of hanging out on shelves. Nothing super fancy, but definitely kind of above the standard. And the gentleman, he once again kind of looks you over. "I will get Antonio. Do not take anything." And he wanders off.
Once
What
he's
are
out
the-
of earshot,
I wasn't going to, but
Yeah,
now that he mentioned it.
No, I just look at Simon and I'm like, yeah, don't think anything.
What are the paintings of? Just like family portraits, stuff like that.
Yeah, they do seem to be all of family members, because they all kind of look similar enough that you're kind of betting that these are all probably family members.
Are they all
Anything
scowling?
interesting in the pictures, like people wearing medallions, or any interesting like accessories? I'll say.
Not like medallions, but they are all dressed in finery, and they have, nice cufflinks and nice accessories about them that are definitely symbols of kind of their standing and wealth.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How much of this wealth do you think was Winkleman's? No, that doesn't make any sense. Never mind.
Yeah,
Well, he-
Winkleman wasn't super
He
rich, I
bought,
don't think.
yeah, and
Yeah,
they
he bought everything at
it.
auction, so the wealth was probably already there.
Yeah,
Unless
it's
they-
they're wealthy people. So
I was
safe to
getting
say
them.
their
I was
wealth
getting them
comes
mixed
from
up with the
somewhere
waiter.
else.
Unless they use black magic to gain their wealth, which is, would be on brand for this, adventure, so to speak.
Um, I guess we just wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep looking around, but yeah, wait, can I do spot hidden and see if
Look
there's
around.
anything else of note?
Sure.
I'll do the same. I failed.
Success. Ooh,
Hard success.
extreme success.
Extreme success.
Extreme.
Keep taking it up another level.
I wish we had a fifth party member, and then they could get a critical success.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, with all of you guys that succeeded, you do notice that of the objet d'art, there's quite a few little figurines that seem to be kind of unusual in nature. And Simon, in fact, you do notice that two of the figures displayed, one of which is a kind of primitively carved human figure, but proportions are not exactly accurate. But also a vase decorated with dancing figures in a relief. Both of those you notice that there's almost a strange patina over them. Instead of, something like oxidation or whatever, this is almost like a glaze that has been placed over them that hides some of the detail, rather than a glaze that is meant to bring things out.
Hmm. Yeah, we've got a little time, right? I can wipe some of that off.
Yeah, God.
What? It looks dusty. He would want his.
Not a.
A glaze. If you're not familiar with pottery glaze or ceramics glaze, that's
Oh,
basically.
so it's baked on?
Yeah, it's like glass baked on.
Okay. How big are these things?
The big enough that it would be hard to actually be able to sneak it out of here.
You'll have to just break in later.
Oh my god, don't even joke.
Okay. About this time, you do hear footsteps coming down the hallway. And after a moment, gentleman kind of comes in, and it's obvious that he's a family member to all the people that you see the paintings around of. He has very similar looks, very familial looks. And unlike the apparently butler that brought you in, this man is actually jovial. He looks happy and friendly. Oh, guests. I'm sorry that well, I know Marco does not give the warmest of welcomes. What is it that I can do for you today?
This is in
We,
Italian. He's speaking in Italian.
Yes. Sorry.
Ask him if he speaks English.
It's for your companions.
yeah, so I'll basically say that we're looking into the history of Winkleman, and we understand that he came across many items of his. And yeah, I will also ask if he speaks English for my companions.
He looks a little, I won't say off put, but just a little kind of worried, I guess. Uh, I I speak some. My English is not good, but I will try.
Well, I mean, I can also translate if you're having.
No,
I can
it is good
easily
practice.
translate with my 25 Italian. Okay.
No, it is good practice for me to try. You said you were looking for information on Winkleman?
Yeah. Did he look more afraid when I said Winkleman or speaking English?
He didn't look afraid. It was more just a kind of worry of embarrassing himself, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Good.
That was the English. That was the English.
But
English.
about the time that you guys are talking more, he steps further in, and as he steps in, you realize that the shadows that were around him, that just kind of whatever, kind of part as he walks forward, and you notice that there is something rather obvious about this man that you're shocked you didn't notice before. His left sleeve is empty.
Oh snap!
Gee.
But we have the left arm.
Do we?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the one
You do.
that
That's the
that I
first thing you got.
yeah.
Well,
So he doesn't have a hook, right?
Nope.
We're
Sleeve is empty.
suspicious of limbs.
So you can't tell because it's under a jacket, but you're guessing that the sleeve of his shirt is pinned up, but the sleeve of his jacket is just kind of dangling there empty.
How old does he
So
look?
can I step in and just try and be the charming gentleman and thank him for seeing us with no notice, and for speaking in a language that we can all understand, and thank him for his hospitality and such. I'm gonna lay it out a little thick.
Yeah, thank you
Always
for
happy to have
speaking.
guests.
Thank you for speaking in the one language.
That's not what I said. That's not what I implied. He's a polyglot, okay?
Ugh.
And by the way, to answer your question, Kat, he looks like he's probably about in his early 40s, be guess.
So he could be a vet.
Could be.
Potentially.
Yeah, I can't think of a not rude way to ask about what happened to his arm, so I'm not going to.
No, I think it's best to not draw attention to it.
Yes. My companions and I are well, we are interested in some local history, and our research indicates that a possible ancestor of yours came upon a number of items that Signor Winkleman had in his possession before he died. Do you happen to be descended from the Giovanni Termona?
Oh,
Yes, he is. That's why we're here.
We don't know that.
Yeah, I do.
We don't. The records lady said she didn't know for sure.
Well,
Just saying. We can't make assumptions. Do you think, would it be possible, I know you only just met us, but would it be possible if we could perhaps peruse his diary or other effects if you still have them?
Well, I would have to find them. If you would come with me to our family library.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
absolutely. Yeah.
He kind of gestures you to follow him, and he takes you through to family. He calls it a library, but it's more just like a very large study. And in there, it's pretty clear that there's a fair amount of time spent in here. It's not like a lot of dust or anything like that, but it's also not terribly well organized. And he's kind of going through some books, and at one point, he kind of realizes that, oh, there's something, and he's reaching for an item and kind of having a little bit of difficulty only reaching with one hand. And after a moment, he kind of gestures over at Silvio. Uh, Sir, would you mind helping me out with this? It's a bit embarrassing with my war wound and all. It's a bit difficult.
Sure.
That's not embarrassing at all, sir.
I hobble over with my recently injured knee. That start helping.
So
Should I roll for that?
Oh.
or-
well, that you don't have to roll for because
Okay.
you're just helping him get some stuff off his shelf.
Mhm.
But I do need you to make another roll.
Mhm.
I need you to make a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the rest of you guys, I would like a psychology roll from.
Success on the spot hidden.
Oh, really?
Really?
I might spend luck on that. Never mind. Oh wait.
No,
You-
It should have been a psychology.
That was psychology.
All right, let me try
Silvio was. Okay.
abject failure. Oh well. Sad face.
Simon.
What is going on? That's the second
Simon,
time.
can I spend 10 or do you want to spend 9?
I'd have to spend 19, right?
Oh,
Oh, wait, no.
19? Oh,
I'd
never
have to
mind.
spend
I'll-
11. 21.
Why can't I do math?
Numbers are hard.
I'm going to spend 10 luck so that I succeed at my psychology.
Okay. So first off, Silvio, with your successful spot hidden, you do notice there's like some sort of movement in what's left of his sleeve. So you don't know if he has a stump there or what's going on, but as you are closer to him, you can tell that he at least has something coming off his shoulder. However, Kat, with your successful psychology roll, you notice that when he mentioned his war wound, the way he said it didn't sound quite right to you. Something sounded off.
Like he was too nonchalant about it, almost.
Kinda, yeah. Your experience with war vets, they're not going to just pass it off as, oh, it's an old war wound.
Oh, sorry. Missing an arm.
LBG.
I will I'll engage in conversation with him about I don't know, that's actually kind of cruel to do, but yeah, no, like I'll just without really dwelling on it, I will have some war small talk, I guess. like oh, where did you serve, that kind of thing, like, just asking him some really basic, not very prying questions.
I served on the front line. The invasion of Germany towards the end of the war. Fought in the trenches. Uh, it was not the highlight of my life.
Of course, I
So-
can't imagine it would be for anyone. Can I tell if he's like omitting the truth or lying?
Based off of your earlier observations, he is definitely. If he's not outright lying, he is definitely kind of obfuscating something.
Okay.
And Clifton, you can tell this is not the way a vet's going to talk. This is not the way you talk. This is not the way any vet you have ever talked to on the front lines is going to talk to a non-vet in this way.
Right. I'm debating. I mean, if my history is correct, the Italians fought on the other side of the war that I was on, and no, or did they fight?
So keep in mind, first off, that Trieste wasn't a part of Italy at the end of the war. It was in the process of becoming part of Italy, but you would have no idea which side he was fighting on.
Okay. But to be safe, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I fought in so and so, and be like, oh yeah, we were shooting at each other.
That could go poorly.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
So I'll just say something like, well, things have certainly, events have certainly moved fast in Trieste since the war, huh?
Yes, indeed. Oh, by the way, this is all the effects that we have from Winkleman's estate. And he, kind of gestures at the pile that Silvio helped him take down. There are a couple of books and a lot of kind of folders of paper. So yeah, there's a small stack of stuff on the desk at this point. Is
right.
there anything? Yeah.
So you also were you the one that actually wait, no. When were the medallions donated?
It was
Is that-
recently. They said recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, were you the one who donated the medallions to the museum?
Yes. Well, myself with the family, but I was the one that actually arranged that donation. Yes.
Yeah, they were very, very beautiful. I noticed that there was a 9th slot. Is there another one?
Grand mystery. Supposedly, yes. Never has been found, though. always wondered where that ended up myself, but at least supposedly there is a ninth one somewhere.
Should I
Do you
just
have
keep
any-
my same psychology, or
You can roll another one. This is a separate incident, and you're looking for separate things.
yeah?
oh wow.
Simon got an extreme.
So both of you guys, since you succeeded, you can tell that, yeah, he's being mostly truthful. He does know that there probably is a ninth one, and he really would like to know where it is. But you think he's maybe downplaying his interest in it a bit.
Okay.
While everyone's talking, can I just take a look at like what the books are? Like just kind of, when you're over at someone's house and trying to check out what books they have on their shelf. I'm trying to do that with him, see if anything pops out.
Right,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, Silvio, you notice that a lot of the books on the shelves around here are local history. But in addition to local history, there's also a few kind of odd ones that seem to be about like superstitions and local legends and that sort of thing.
Sure.
Nothing like overtly occult, but this is definitely somebody who's kind of interested in the weirder side of local history. Kat, though, you had mentioned that you were going to look at the papers and the books that he set down.
Yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you speak Latin, right?
I do.
Good, because almost everything is in Latin.
Wow, so glad it's soft languages.
So the well, all the loose papers at least are in Latin, and they're rough notes on the excavations at Pompeii and Herculaneum. So if you would like to roll archaeology,
Oh God. Can't I just roll Latin?
nope.
I failed, obviously.
You have a 1.
Hey, you could have rolled the 1. Yeah, you're not entirely sure, but you do remember something about when you were doing your research on Winkleman, that he did a lot with archaeology of a lot of these ancient Grecian and Roman
Right, he was
settlements.
strongly influenced by Greek and particularly the works of Homer.
Yeah.
Yep. You're not really able to draw many other connections other than the fact that, yeah, he was seemingly there himself and did some research there.
Okay.
But while going through the notes, you do notice that there is a small little notebook that does appear to be his diary.
Yes.
And when you open it up, it is not in Latin, or in English, or in
Sure.
Italian. You do not recognize what language it is.
Hand it to your good buddy Clifton Carlisle, who is
Can
conversational in German.
Can I roll education to know if it's even a language or if it's just like some shorthand?
Yeah, I will let you do that.
I succeed. Actually,
It
I'll spend 1 luck to get a hard success.
Nice.
very nice. Because it is a hard success, not only can you tell it is a language, it does not use the Latin alphabet. In fact, it uses a Greek alphabet.
So is it like ancient Greek or is it?
You don't know.
I don't know.
If it's his diary, it's probably just regular Greek.
I mean, he's German, but German
Maybe.
uses normal, whatever. I can't think of the word for what our.
Yeah, but
alphabet
if
Oh, Latin alphabet.
is. Yeah.
Yes, German uses the Latin alphabet.
So, okay, that's going to be a problem. Can I, at the risk of spamming psychology, I wanted to say this earlier, but can I make a psych roll on his weird caginess about his war like why he's faking the war stuff?
Do you know
Well,
that?
what do you mean?
Well, like he's clearly not a veteran,
Oh,
and what he would be. I mean, I guess it doesn't.
He might
maybe
be a
it doesn't say.
veteran.
I was gonna say it.
I think he's maybe his wound is not,
Ah,
actually a war wound.
I see.
I don't know, or maybe he's not a veteran at all.
And psychology is not magic. You can't tell what he's hiding, just that he is hiding something.
Sure. Okay. So nobody knows Greek, right?
why would we know Greek?
Do you happen to know, Mr. or Senora? Is it? I'm sorry, out of character. How would you address someone in Italy, Signor?
Signori, I
Signore?
believe.
Really?
Well, anyway,
Signore and Signora. So yeah, Signore.
uh, how do you happen to know um how to read this, or
Oh, Greek, it appears. I do not. I can barely speak English. But there is a man in town that might be able to help out. He does speak many languages and is a student of history. He might be able to help out.
is he a friend of yours?
A friend would be generous. The family has hired him before for various academic activities, but not exactly a friend.
I see.
Uh,
Well, it would be uh, it would be a great service to us if you could perhaps introduce us or write us a letter of introduction or something.
We'd be willing to
yes,
compensate him for his time as well.
I'm sure he would appreciate that. He kind of pulls out a sheet of paper and scribbles something on there in Italian. Simon, you're able to get the gist of what he's writing, but it does appear to be a letter of introduction of sorts.
I think I have an idea.
So Montanelli is his name. He would be most likely more than happy to do a quick translation for you. He is quite an intelligent man.
Um, I know it's a burden, but would it be okay if we borrowed some of these effects for a short while? Perhaps in our investigation, we can even find that ninth medallion. Who knows? I'm trying to like tug at his desires a little bit.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't have much of a reason to keep this around. I mean, I would prefer that you return it afterwards,
Oh, of course, of
but
course.
yes, feel free to take any of the materials that you need with you. Uh, with that said, if you do happen to find the ninth medallion, I would appreciate it if you let me know so we can add that to the collection at the museum.
Of course, and I'll shake his hand.
And he shakes back.
So, is there anything else? There was a number of books and papers that he pulled down, right?
Yes, a few books and several stacks of papers.
Did
So
you
can
get?
we-
Do you know if you acquired these from the hotel? Because I was under the impression that these were under that the hotel had these. Or at least
I
the
only
diary.
know that I only know that my family acquired them at auction.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not his
I-
personal. Yeah,
Yeah, I've never read through any of it before. This is not anything that has really piqued my interest. So you're welcome to do with them as you please, as long as you return them.
Well, thank
Josh,
you.
is the rest of it in Greek too, or is it in German or anything else? Any other languages?
So all the loose papers are in Latin, and one of the books is in Latin. Then the diary is in the ancient, some sort of Greek, and then the last book is actually just a history book written in German.
Okay, well, I guess I'll try and peruse the one thing that I can read. Do I got to roll German?
Yes, please.
I got a bad failure. Wow.
It's only 44 points.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't seem like it's gonna be any like worth it.
That's definitely not worth it.
Yeah.
All you can tell is it's some sort of archaeology book in German.
Okay. Well, he's gonna allow us to borrow this. Maybe I can take another crack at it or something, or is that not a possibility mechanically?
That would have to be much later. So
Perhaps we could bring it.
Yeah, maybe
somewhere.
this Montanelli guy can translate it for us.
Maybe Peter knows.
Maybe Piotr. So I
Okay.
will thank him profusely for putting his trust in strangers with these things, and we will absolutely take good care of them. And thank you for your help. And of course, if we find something out that would be interesting, we will absolutely let you know. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I guess we're gonna take our leave now, right? Unless we have more things to say.
I mean, I wish we could figure out like what this guy's deal is, but I don't.
Yeah.
I can't think of a way to do that without like confronting him on it, and that feels weird.
Yeah, like, hey, you lied to me about your crippled arm. Why don't you
There-
tell me the truth? A stranger.
There's a simple way to figure it out. We just break in overnight.
Break in at night.
my
Yeah.
God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna have to do this
The-
ourselves.
do you-
that next time.
I'm not looking to. So the tone of this will be more small talk and not like trying to pry or anything. But
Mhm.
I'll be like, do you live alone here, sir?
Well,
I do.
I mean,
I
besides your servant.
I lost my wife a few years ago, and have lived alone since.
I'm so very, very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Well, you have a lovely estate.
Oh, thank you. It's been in the family for generations.
I'm just trying to get more like background info.
Actually, when you mentioned the art, I think I will bring up the strange patina. Like, you have wonderful art here. I was a little curious about the glaze on some of these items. Do you know much about them?
Not a lot. These are mostly items that my family has collected over the generations. I believe some of it one of my sons had actually collected. So I don't know too many details. The art side of things is not where I really excel.
Um, was um, is your is Marco? Was he how do I say this? Did he serve your parents and the rest of your family as well?
Yes, and his father before him. Again, you will have to excuse his continence. He will say that he is not exactly the most friendly person that my family has had working for them. But with that said, he is still a friend and still loyal. So I am glad to have him at least.
Of course. Can I tell if he's like omitting the truth again?
Roll psychology.
I got it.
Yeah, he seems to be telling the truth.
Okay.
At least, as far as you can tell.
Right. Okay. I think I can't really ask anything else without prying, so.
Just pat him on the shoulder and say, thanks for
Thanks for peace.
And then give a good feel there to see what's
Enjoy
there.
your shitty butler. Sorry.
And your wife.
Oh God. Enjoy your dead family and your shit butler.
And all this art that you have no idea about. So yeah.
Right.
Now I feel like we're playing D&D again, insulting people.
Yeah.
Oh man, if Dave was here, we'd have the entire continent against us.
Oh God. Yeah.
Jesus.
We would have already tried to overthrow the government.
Give it time.
In
Yeah,
England.
yeah.
In England. It would have been in England to start off with.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We may not have left yet.
We would have started an anarchist revolution.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Can't think
yeah,
of anything.
thank him for his time.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you.
So as soon as we leave, yeah, I'll turn to the rest because we weren't able to talk privately in front of him. So as soon as we leave the building, I'm like, anybody else get the feeling like he is not a war vet?
Yes. Or at least that's not where his injury came from.
Yeah. He's definitely leaving something out.
I'm also a little confused at how much he doesn't know about his own collection, and yet he really wants that 9th medallion.
Right. Yeah. Same.
And he said he wanted it for the museum, though.
Yeah, he said that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I say lots of things.
Why would you? I mean, he doesn't seem at all invested or interested in anything else that Winkleman has or did, except for the medallions.
Yeah,
No.
and like I said, he doesn't even really know much of his own art collection. He doesn't know or care much about his diary or anything. So
I mean,
it's
that's
really
unsurprising.
weird.
His
Well,
family's
Simon, if
been-
you had an art collection, would you know all about it?
Yeah, his
Yeah.
family's been collecting that stuff for generations, so it's not like that crazy. But
If he's not looking to sell it, and he's not an art connoisseur,
he did have the air of an academic, though, didn't he? Or am I wrong?
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say.
For someone who
Alright, well-
supposedly lost an arm in the war, he certainly doesn't seem to show.
I think we should go pick up some less conspicuous clothes and then go back to the hotel and have a quiet night.
What's wrong with my clothes?
Okay, fine. I need to pick up some less conspicuous. Walking around in a three-piece suit, and like a fancy trench coat probably or something. So I'm just gonna do that real quick.
Yeah, where is the translator located? Is he nearby? as well?
Actually, only a couple of blocks away from here.
Okay.
Right over here.
All right, yeah, let's head there.
Okay. Keep
May
that
as well,
suit
right?
on for a little bit longer.
Okay.
Or take it off. I don't know.
So-
Whatever.
I mean, not in the middle of the street, please.
It's only like 5 degrees out here, so yeah. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you.
It's a little frostbite between friends.
God.
So, as you are walking over, the wind keeps picking up, and it is just brutally cold. It is getting late enough in the day, and the sun is declining. It's awful. But thankfully, it's only a couple of blocks walk, and you are able to make it to the translator's home.
Okay, Josh, I don't know how much Clifton knows, but I mean, even though it's January, it's still the Mediterranean, which is notoriously mild. Is this out of character for this region? Like it's weird, right? We know
Extremely.
it's what?
It's extremely weird.
Okay. I'm gonna point that out in case it hasn't occurred to anybody else. I guess definitely an evil wind brewing.
So yeah, you have arrived at the home, and there is a sign out front for uh, Marcus Montanelli.
Ding dong. Or knock knock,
Ding dong,
depending.
ding dong.
Yeah. Knock knock in this case, but after only a moment, you hear from inside, "Come in,"
Okay.
in Italian.
I will open the door and enter. With a big smile. Hi.
You find a gentleman sitting at a desk in a wheelchair with kind of a rug over his lap and kind of a, not really a fur, but some sort of animal skin draped over his shoulders to probably try to keep warm. But yeah, guy in a wheelchair sitting at a desk kind of looks up. Can I help you?
Yeah, we were directed to you by Signora... Signora?
Signore.
Signore, thank you. Signore Tremona. And I'll hand the letter of introduction to him and say that...
We were hoping to.
Yeah, sorry, I was letting him read. But yeah, we were hoping that you might be able to help translate part of this book that we have here. None of us, unfortunately, speak Greek.
Oh, Greek, you say? I haven't had much of a reason to practice that language in a few years, but I'd be more than happy to take a look at it. And he kind of holds out his hands for it.
Yep, we'll hand it over. You say you haven't done it in a few years. What was your last job for Greek translation?
Oh, some manuscripts for the museum. You know how it is. A lot of academics will kind of find new things that they're interested in for all of a few minutes. And
Gotcha.
well, I did actually study quite a bit of Greek back in my university days. Bit of a history buff, if you will.
So we've heard.
Remember, he's speaking Italian at this point.
Oh.
Yeah,
So we've heard.
Signore, do you perhaps speak English? That is unfortunately the one language that all of us speak together.
Yes. I'm sorry. I guess I made an assumption. We don't get many English speakers around here the last year or two. Yes, I do speak English. That's pretty good English, in fact, that he's speaking. Not amazing, but
British English
definitely speaks it
or
well.
American English?
So hearing Clifton's accent, he's speaking American English.
Okay.
Oh, that's courteous. I'm gonna thank him for using a language that we can all understand.
He's kind of flipping through the book. Well, a detailed translation would probably take weeks of this, but I think I might be able to give you at least a pretty solid translation of some of the more important parts in maybe a day.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
I mean,
how much would you... I don't know how much this sort of service goes for, but we're certainly willing to help pay. Or, well, not help pay. We would certainly like...
compensate you for your services.
Thank you. That's what I was going for.
Not much. I mean, this is something that I do because I enjoy it, but of course I do need to eat, and kind of gestures at the pile of books on his desk. I always have other things going on. But we'll call it 5 lira.
Jesus, that's cheap. Isn't it?
That's
Clifton doesn't say that.
that's like $20,
Yeah,
15, $20.
He's gonna hand that right over. Just not even question it.
You said that. Well, we know that you're also a historian of the area. And, yeah, I was just wondering if you knew much. Like this, this came from the Winkleman.
Estate or Winkleman.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not an estate.
it's not an estate. This was Winkleman's diary.
effects.
We believe, yeah, personal effects. And I was wondering if you might know more about Winkleman. Johann.
Well,
Johann.
Johann.
Yeah.
It would make sense that it was in Greek then. He was a student of Greek architecture and ancient Grecian history. He was a bit of an archaeologist and an architect, and was, at least my knowledge, it sounds like he was murdered while traveling through the city. If you go to the gardens at the museum, there is actually there officially it's just a kind of a thank you to him, but it's kind of treated as a bit of a shrine to a lot of academics.
We've
Traveling
already-
academic.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
We actually already visited the museum and the space dedicated to him.
Quite
Good.
beautiful.
Are you studying Winkleman?
We are. Sorry.
Go for it. Well, some of us, yes. Others are simply curious about the local history, is all.
Ah. Well, I can at least provide a cursory translation of at least some of the more interesting bits within about a day. Anything longer than that, anything more than that, it would take quite a while to go through. Looking at this does appear to be ancient Grecian dialect, so it's not as easy to translate, word for word. Some context is required. So
Imagine.
I will. Oh, go ahead.
There are some subjects that we are particularly interested in.
Oh, okay. I can try to look for those then.
Okay, sorry. Can we just table talk for a second here?
I would like to point out you're standing around the guy, so you can't really conspire with each other.
Sorry, I'm just trying. I need to consult the article again. Is all, but I just that's all I mean, because it's I can't remember all the things. There was an indication that this cat had one of the set of car simulacrum pieces. Is that right or no?
No,
You
we
have
don't
no
know. We
idea.
have no idea. All we know is that Professor Smith told us to look up Winkleman. That's it.
You know that Napoleon's men seem to have carried part of the simulacrum here, and that the notes from Beddoes said it would be good to look into Winkleman.
Right.
You don't know what the link is, though.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say, specifically, I'm gonna ask him to look for the location of or information on specific relics. In particular, a word set of car. What's the dagger's name? I can't remember. Which one is that in?
The
Is that in
serpent's
Uh,
claw, I think.
No, the dagger is the Mim Sahi.
So I'll say the Sedefkar, the Minsahi. Anything else that we should point out to him?
The fact that it could also be related to the Roman soldiers. Yeah.
The Roman soldiers?
Or which soldiers?
Boy, I hope.
Napoleon soldiers.
Napoleon.
Napoleon. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I sure hope this guy knows nothing about any of this, because those three things like absolutely give away our intentions.
He's
Yeah, I
pressing
mean-
the red security button under his desk.
Yeah.
We are
He's a
rolling
bad
some
guy.
dice,
He's
but
like,
we also
you
have
don't say.
We don't really have a choice here because we can't translate the stuff. And we don't know who else could. So we have to roll some dice here on him finding some things. It could help with the investigation. I guess I don't know.
Sure.
He's already said it to him, so
Yeah.
that's where it's at. So I'll say those particular things, but in general, specifically in relation to maybe ancient or old relics.
I will certainly look into it and see what I can find.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
If you would return this time tomorrow evening, I should have more information.
Perfect.
We look
Thank
forward
you
to
very
it.
much.
Thank you.
And he kind of wheels himself back to his desk and pulls out some paper and looks like he's starting to try to translate it.
All right, we'll let ourselves out.
Okay.
Alrighty. Now what do?
Now we get some dinner and some different clothes and a good night's sleep. And some
Right.
brandy.
Okay.
Warm brandy.
Sure. I
Yeah.
mean, wait, maybe we want to check out that hotel?
Just roll by or go in.
Take a look. I mean, maybe this is maybe a long shot, but I was thinking maybe if any of his effects were left at the old hotel and it was demolished, maybe there's like a basement or something that stayed the same between the two iterations of the building.
Oh yeah, maybe the owners have
Right.
something.
Yeah, or like a
I don't really know how to broach that subject, but who knows? Maybe there's like a plaque or something that's like,
Can we examine the building's foundation? Perhaps
no, I just like, sometimes like old buildings will have like a historical context. It'll just be like a plaque that's just like, this
The
building was
keystone.
constructed over the site of the, blah 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 blah. And we can, I don't know. I know it's a
On
long
this
shot,
site-
but like, what else are we gonna do?
On this site, Johann Winkleman was stabbed to death by the scoundrel
Yeah.
Francesco Angelico, or I wrote it down.
Arcangeli.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, who knows?
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, we can check it
Okay,
out.
cool.
Why not? We're gonna keep
Why
an
not?
eye out for black shirts. At least Clifton is.
Yeah.
I think that's
same.
just always the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
there.
mean, honestly,
All right, I just wanted to say it in case it wasn't obvious.
yeah.
It's definitely.
I mean, in the grand scale, as much as we can fit into each day, because basically the longer we stay here, the greater the chance they eventually find us.
Well, not only that, but the greater the chance that our adversaries in the cult, in the Fez Brigade, catch up
All
to
our
us.
various enemies.
Yeah.
There's only
Yeah.
so long we can travel around asking people questions before it
Yeah.
becomes very obvious.
Or
we're
God
here.
knows who else. The Duke too, it's unclear if he's directly related to the Fez Brigade or not, and all kinds of problems.
There's a
Many
lot.
nefarious goings on. We need to stay ahead of all of it.
Don't forget the dream creatures that Cat enraged somehow that are also.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
It's all about-
Maybe.
okay, can I just we can take a moment here, because I don't know if if you guys remember this, but like it was very heavily implied by the Ulthar general that the thing that's after us that smells that we're not going to be able to smell anymore because you figured that shit out
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
is actually what's his name, like in some weird semi life between life and death type thing, and he's trying to reclaim his power.
Yes.
The guy, the Sedefkar dude.
Sedefkar.
Wait,
But-
I think that was just something we assumed. I don't think
Yeah,
that's...
we have no confirmation whatsoever, but
Yeah.
It
But
was
let's
stated, but it
let's
was strongly
not
implied in my mind.
let's not jump to conclusions.
Well, regardless, whatever it is after us, and remember, he knows now that we can detect him by that smell, so that's not going to work anymore. So
Yeah, when we get back on the train, he'll just be in that same room again. So we'll just know that.
he's not going to pounce until we get everything he needs, and then he's going to pounce. So we need to be aware of that. That's just what I assume is going to happen. So just keep in mind. I just wanted to remind you guys, if you didn't remember, that was a thing. So, anyways, on to the hotel.
there was also the other thing that we figured out, or that we assumed. I'm trying to remember. It was that the Duke, who is probably way, way, way older
Yeah.
than a normal person, is probably the same crap. Now I'm trying to remember what handout that was in.
Yeah, I can't either.
I'll
but
find
he's
it. I'll
probably-
find it.
he's
Oh,
one
the
of
Duke has the 9th medallion. I got it. Cool.
Maybe. Like it's yeah, we figured out, or not figured out, but we kind of came to the conclusion that he is like, there's this villain like who keeps popping up across history over multiple
Why can't I?
centuries, and it's like probably the same dude. It's probably still the dude.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that the 9th medallion is behind the butler's eye patch. So,
It's literally in his eye socket. Like that. It's his glass eye. Okay.
So you guys are going to the hotel, correct?
On to the hotel.
yes.
Hotel.
Okay. Yeah, the hotel is a nice downtown hotel. Very, well decorated, at least from the outside. Seems to be a pretty standard Italian hotel. You guys going inside?
How many black shirts are in front of it?
None in front of it.
Okay.
When you do go inside, you do find there is actually one black shirt in the lobby. There's also another person who you all notice in the lobby because, well, some things that you have noticed in the past kind of draw your attention to the businessman who is seated in the lobby, just sitting there reading a newspaper. You notice him because he is a Turkish businessman.
Is he wearing a fez?
He is not.
But he's clearly ethnically Turkish.
I don't like
As
the
best as you can tell. Hmm?
I pay no heed to that.
He could totally just be some random Turkish dude.
Yeah,
He could.
It's not like...
Josh is trying to get us to profile, is what he's
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
well, either Josh or the game is.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's not paranoia if they're actually out to get you.
So, Josh, I thought I had a handout at one point that was an excerpt from the Devil Similare, but I can't find it anymore.
No, that was sent to you in private messages, because that one...
Oh, so it's on Discord. That's why I couldn't find it.
Is that
Yeah.
the evil book that I translated for you?
Okay, I'll
Is that on
find.
spells?
I'll
Is
find.
that what you're
I'll
talking
find.
about?
That's
No,
where.
the book
So-
was something else, but...
Where is it?
Hey, yeah, how are those spells coming along? Never mind, we're not going to talk about that in the lobby.
Yeah, no. Also,
Hey,
if
how
I
is that
have to
black
cast
magic
any of
wizard?
these spells, we're in a bad situation.
Well,
Okay. I
not a
just
good one.
resent it to you.
Yeah, I just found it.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Yeah, okay. Fenelic.
Fenelic.
That's the guy.
That's the
Fenelic.
guy.
Yes. I think that the Duke from Luson is Fenelek.
Yeah, most likely. I think you're right about that.
Who is revealed to be a creature of Satan himself.
Yeah, that's a nonsense.
Also known as the leper monk Merivak. Anyway,
what's the black shirt up to right now?
He just appears to be kind of sitting around waiting for somebody to do something that he can use as an excuse to beat the crap out of somebody.
great.
Pretty standard black shirt behavior. He is on the lookout for any excuse.
Everyone be on your best behavior. I look at Simon.
Everything roboted for me for a second. So can
Mr.
you say
Chan
that again? Sorry.
in chat says, ask him if he knows the bad Turks.
No, he's just doing pretty typical black shirt behavior of
Sure.
Sitting around waiting for somebody to do something that he can use as an excuse to kick the crap out of somebody else.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep an eye on him to see if like he takes notice of us, basically.
So what was
Okay.
what was the plan walking in here? We're gonna ask the clerk if we can.
So I will first I'll just look around, see if there's anything like well, what kind of, I mean, is this like a really nice hotel? Is this like a 5-star hotel?
Like 4.5 star. It's nice, but it's not like opulent.
Okay.
So to not look conspicuous, I think I'll go sit down, grab a newspaper as well.
Everyone
Okay.
knows reading a newspaper, you're immediately inconspicuous,
Exactly.
no matter what.
This is the best camouflage.
Right.
It is. No one can see through a newspaper.
Um,
Keep trying to do memory refreshes. Like pretty much every city we've been to that had a peace, people were really like out of it or depressed, or there was a funk. I'm trying to remember. Have we encountered that in this city so far? Or is it just the cold?
Just the cold.
Okay.
So
Head cold.
I'm gonna act like a. Oh God, this might get me noticed by the black shirt, but I'm gonna act like a bit of a tourist.
Oh God.
No,
Oh,
okay.
it's okay. We got your back.
Yeah.
do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just looking around and I'm like, marveling at the architecture and everything, and then I will see if any of the receptionists speak English. And if one of them does, well, first I'll see if any of them speak English and then go from there.
You might want to try the concierge first, actually.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Okay. So when you ask the concierge, he kind of looks around a bit. Yes, I speak some English.
The architecture of this building is so beautiful. I was curious about the history of this place.
Uh, it's not old. Built uh 50 years ago.
It was
And
it was built over a different hotel, right? I remember reading about that.
see.
Um, why did they demolish the old one? Was it run down or something?
See, old, poor maintenance.
Mm, I see.
Very very good hotel now.
Oh yes. Oh, definitely. Wonderful hotel. Um, trying to think if I can get more information out of this guy without drawing too much attention to myself. Um, do you know anything about that business with that the before the hotel was demolished, there was that man who um was a waiter, and he stole something from someone else, and he was executed. I heard about this. That was this hotel, right?
No, no, no thieves here.
Oh no, I'm not saying anymore. Okay, never mind. I'll thank
Cla-
him and I'll leave.
Classic tourist blunder.
Yeah, that's okay.
Just for the record, it was not the waiter. The guy who murdered the dude was not a waiter here. Just I wasn't sure if you were doing that on purpose or not, but
Yeah, I wasn't either.
I was intentionally not trying to look like I knew a lot.
Yep.
I was trying to get information out of him.
Gotcha.
Sure. He doesn't speak enough English.
Yeah, apparently not. Okay. Maybe we won't get any information here.
Did the black shirt look like he noticed? Or was their
not.
conversation quiet enough?
Okay. Let's just get out
Yeah.
while we have the
Didn't
chance.
really do anything to draw attention, so.
Yeah.
Any good headlines?
Oh, good point.
Not anything really particular. There is a lot of stuff about the weather and just kind of expecting things to get worse before they get better. A lot of the fishermen are worried that, these cold northern winds are going to affect their ability to sail well. So, that's kind of it for local news. The rest of the headlines are kind of from all over in Italy. You do find in a later page there is actually a side article about the disturbance at the Opera House in Milan.
Oh,
But
good.
Nice.
no pictures or names that would implicate any of you.
Is there anything specific about like how's
Katerina?
yeah, Signora Caterina, I can't think of her last name. I'm terrible. It's been a couple weeks.
Caviero.
Caviero. How's
Yeah.
she doing?
This is
The article only mentions her briefly and says that she is recovering.
we did a good thing.
That's good to
You
hear.
did?
Yay. So there was no conspicuous plaques on the wall, anything like that.
That doesn't seem like it.
Historical stuff.
All right. I don't know if you see this, Ian. Casey is asking you to do something.
Don't tempt me.
No, it's okay. I knew this was a long shot. Let's not waste any more time.
I will say though that as you are leaving the hotel, you do notice let's see.
Yeah, I suppose we would also just look around too, just to see if there's anything interesting.
Well, yeah.
So I don't know if a
That's a
spot hidden
given.
would be good here, or
I thought that was a given.
Actually, yeah, if you guys want to roll spot hidden, there is something that you might notice.
Arg!
Apparently not.
there we
Oh
go.
wow.
Extreme.
Thank God.
Silvio saves us.
Guys for the win.
Only thing I've rolled all game is spot hidden so far, so
Yeah, me too.
So the rest of you do take notice that the businessman that you had noticed reading the newspaper doesn't seem to have actually flipped pages in his newspaper at all. Silvio, you noticed that, but also while you're looking around, you actually notice there appears to be a man that is towards the back of the lobby that is wearing kind of an older black suit, very kind of classical style, wearing a kind of a trilby-looking hat and carrying a leather satchel. And while you can't really see his face from here, he appears to be looking in your direction.
Okay. I'm gonna start heading in his direction, but not in his direction, if you get me. Like, I'm not walking straight towards him, but I'm kind of like walking diagonally to see if he's tracking me and getting closer.
Okay.
Are you about to do the Silvio special?
Give him the old 1-2.
So once you guys start actually walking toward, once you, I don't know if everybody else is following, but once you start walking towards him, he appears to, best guess is he appears to take note, and he turns around and he starts walking into kind of a back hallway that is labeled stairwell. You, however, since you're the only one that has noticed him so far, the way he's walking is stilted and kind of unsettling in a way. You can't quite place your finger on what's going on, but something ain't right.
Like he's got a tentacle leg?
Like stilted as in injured, or stilted as in something else?
Stilted as in the movement does not look natural. It's almost like a stutter step in a way.
Is
I
okay.
I keep following.
Silvio's walking back there, and we see Silvio walking back that direction.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm gonna try and surreptitiously follow Silvio, but I want to make it look like I'm not. I want to be as inconspicuous as possible. Is that a thing I can do here in the middle of a lobby?
You can. I would like you to roll stealth.
So, hey, that's a hard success.
God damn.
Nice.
All right. Perhaps I should do the same thing.
Yeah, if you're trying to remain inconspicuous.
I'm not
So Silvio, I would like you to roll intelligence. You know, an idea roll, basically.
That's a failure. Can I luck on this?
You can.
Okay, I'll spend the 12.
Okay.
What does that take me down to? Okay.
So, because you actually succeeded with the luck spending, as you are approaching him and seeing this kind of weird stutter step, you do suddenly remember something. This brings to mind when Professor Smith was giving his lecture back on New Year's Day, talking about hauntings. And seeing this and remembering that, your stomach just kind of drops for a moment.
Why is this haunted? This is the guy. This is the guy. Go get him. Go follow him.
Oh, I'm still following.
Guy, actor. What, Winkleman or maybe I don't know. This is the guy though. I don't know. I'm just really. We found a ghost. We found a ghost.
Silvio found him. Yeah, Clifton.
I see Silvio acting like, oh, something's going on, and I'm like, all right, yeah.
So
But
I'll follow too. Oh my god.
Well done.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
So I got an
I
extreme
don't
success.
know you all are following me at this point.
I do my best Simon impression.
But before I head out to follow them, is anyone taking notice of them, or especially like Silvio?
Roll spot hidden. So, with that success, you do notice the black shirt. He his eyes do follow the obvious, man who is not from Italy, and while he doesn't necessarily notice Kat or Clifton following, Silvio isn't being sneaky about it, and the black shirt is taking note.
But he's not getting up or following or anything?
Not yet.
Okay. I will shana-na-na-na with everyone else.
What?
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Wow, look at that.
So that's a hard success.
Yeah, hard success. You are sneaky AF.
We're sneaky mofos.
Okay. So Silvio, you're still the closest one and really the only one that is kind of seeing this guy, and he's, you're following along as best as you can, but he's a little bit ways in front of you, and you do see him turn down the stairwell and start walking down the stairs, and he's doing that weird stutter step. And the best way to describe it is if you've ever seen the remake of House on Haunted Hill, the weird the weird stutter step the ghosts do. It's kind of like that. It's creepy. It's creepy.
Well, now I'm getting creeped out. But Silvio's gonna keep going.
I think Brian's right. I think this is actually the ghost of the guy.
On the steps, he does stop as you're kind of approaching, and while he's still a bit of a ways away, he looks up at you, and you see that his face looks exactly like the face that you saw on the angelic creature on the statue, and very similar to the face in the creepy self-portrait. You are sure this is the ghost of Johann Winkleman. And
Sanity check, I assume. Yep. Wow, that is a dramatic failure. Silvio don't like ghosts. Silvio don't like ghosts.
Yeah, so about that, first off,
oh Jesus, what a time to roll 100.
You are gonna lose 3 sanity for that.
Okay.
And please note
a ghost.
first off.
Okay.
Because let me. Okay. So Silvio, you go into a bit of a blackout here. You have no idea what's going to happen, and I am going to roleplay your character for you for a bit.
Okay, sounds good.
How far behind
Because
Silvio are we?
you're about 20 feet behind, which is about to get a whole lot closer because Silvio, you see him stop. And then he turns around and is running, screaming directly at you.
Oh, good. We're trying to be stealthy.
Well, wait. I mean, okay. Let's be.
Can I try to grab him?
Is he's running directly at Katya or at?
Well, you were in front of me.
He's running for the entrance. You guys just happen to be in the way.
Okay, so we were all sort of converging towards the entrance at the same time because we would have been spread out.
Are we like in the hallways now, or?
You're at the back of the lobby. Silvio is in the hallway in the back, for the back stairs. But yeah, you guys are basically at the back of the back of the lobby, right at the entrance of the hallway.
So I mean, if you pull somebody over, it's gonna be one person typically, right? It's not gonna be like we weren't like clustered like in a. I mean, well,
hard to say. So, Are you going to going to get out of his way or try to stop him? Clifton, you're kind of the first one.
Try to stop him.
I don't think I'm sorry. As a player, I want to stop him, but I think Clifton would just been, what the fuck? And he would just probably sidestep because it's like he didn't have enough time to think about it. You know, I mean, I don't like. Yeah, I think he would sidestep and just be like, I'm gonna follow him, I guess. But so are you asking if I'm gonna dodge or tackle, or what's the question here? Like mechanically.
Well, if you're not trying to stop him, there is nothing that you do mechanically. You just get out of his way.
Am I gonna totally screw the team if I do this?
I think Katya will run in the direction that Silvio's running from. She wants to know what freaked him out.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm gonna sidestep and then follow if I have. I don't know how much I can do in this small, whatever. But
So, yeah, if you sidestep and follow, Silvio runs out the front of the hotel.
So
and...
I'll when he passes by, I'll be like, Silvio, what did you see? And then Silvio's gone, so I just go.
Okay. So you're going the direction that Silvio was originally going. Clifton, you're following Silvio. What are you doing, Simon?
following Cat. He's following.
No, I need to know what our black shirt friend is doing and our and the other people in the hotel.
The other people in the hotel are confused and worried. The black shirt is absolutely following the screaming Mexican man out of the hotel.
Okay,
good.
Cool.
Find the nearest sewer.
I don't like leaving Cat all alone.
Go.
Yeah. I think I have to deal with this black shirt guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, for the rest of you guys, we will get back to you in a moment. I am going to help out Kat first. And Ian, don't worry, you're going to regain control of Silvio in a second, but you may want to check out the phobias section of your backstory on your sheet.
Okay, will do.
Yeah, I saw that come through on the chat.
Yeah.
I posted as a heads up.
Psychological trauma for everybody.
Woo! So, Kat, you are following where Silvio was going, and you come upon a stairwell that this particular stairwell only is going down.
I follow.
Okay. At the base of the stairwell, you do see the man that Silvio was following, kind of rounding the corner around the stairs. And you notice that that awkward stutter step as well. And go ahead.
Tell me when it would be a reasonable time for me to roll occult, because at this point, I know more than Katerina does. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not quite yet, but soon.
Okay, so I'll definitely keep following. And I'm not trying to be stealthy, but I'm also not calling out to him yet either. I'm just kind of following behind.
Okay. Yeah. As you are falling behind, when you get down into the basement, you're expecting, since this is the boiler room, for it to be very warm down here. But once you get down into the basement, it is freezing cold. Like, really, really cold. And now you can go ahead and give that a call roll.
Extreme success, baby.
Nice.
I want to see you advance that one more time.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, creepy stutter step, the cold spot where it should be warm. Yeah. 2 + 2 = ghost.
Classic. So I'll at this point I'll call out like, well, also, Silvio ran in terror from this thing. Like that's a hint. Um, are you leading me somewhere?
He's
are
far enough away that you kind of would have to, speak loudly.
Yeah, no, I'm calling out. I'm
Okay.
like, who are you? Are you leading me somewhere? Classic like ghost hunt shit,
He stops when you call out to him, and he turns around, kind of lifts up the brim of his hat, and yeah, you see who it is, and now you get to make a sanity roll.
That's okay though. I get a
100.
hard success.
So you are going to lose 1 sanity.
Okay.
That would have been funny if we all one by
I know,
one
right?
came running, screaming from the stairwell.
Hilarious.
So in Kat's mind, the gears turn, right? And she's like, okay, emotional brain shut off, logical brain turn on. All of these things add up to this is the ghost of Johann Winkleman. Winkleman.
Winkleheim.
Whatever.
This is the ghost of John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
All of the supernatural like expertise immediately like kicks in, and she will try to engage in conversation with it.
Well, after he kind of shows you his face, he turns around, and any attempts to talk with him, he seems to be ignoring. But he is continuing to walk.
Okay, so I'll just keep following, and I keep trying to engage in conversation, even though it keeps failing. Like, are you the spirit of Johann Winkleman, and like, why are you still here? What is it that you're trying to show me? That kind of thing.
So he continues walking, and eventually he comes to a wall at the end of kind of one of the side passages in this boiler room.
Okay.
And as you are approaching, you see him pull a pry bar out of his satchel and kind of reach down and pry up a stone and place something and then put the stone back over. And
so I'm like
go ahead.
narrating as this is happening. I'm like, you hid something here in the Locanda Grande? Is that what you're showing me?
And he kind of looks back up at you, and he fades from existence.
Wait, no, don't go yet. I have so many questions.
And
I dropped to my knees and I examined the stone that he moved.
So yeah, you can't tell exactly which one it is, but there are several flagstones at the end of the hallway where he was. It'll take a bit, but you feel like you can probably figure out which one is loose enough that you could pry it up. Certainly be a lot easier if you had a pry bar like the ghost did, but
That's okay. As long as it's wiggly at all, I will work on it.
So we'll get back to that in a moment because we have some other folks to address. Because Silvio, once you get out of the hotel into the cold night air, you kind of come to terms with, okay, I saw something weird. I don't know what it was, and I don't care. I'm outside.
Do I have memory of running, or is it like my last memory is I saw the face and then I kind of regain awareness outside?
Yeah, you were basically in a fugue state. You disassociated from yourself, so you kinda, in a vague way, remember running out, but not anything determinative.
Okay. I just kind of look around and get my did I did I get some distance between me and the hotel, or am I like right outside?
You got a good probably 20 feet before you kind of halted. However, about this time, you've got a couple other people following you out. So, good old Clifton is coming out of the front doors as well. And yeah, you see Silvio kind of catching his breath outside the hotel.
Okay, I want to take a survey of the situation. Who else is around in the street where we are?
Right now, nobody is immediately by.
I guess that roll wasn't necessary, but it's probably good because it was terrible. Okay, so do I catch his eye? Is he looking in my direction or?
I think Sylvia at this point is trying to do like deep breaths and probably kind of like almost
Not-
like crouched over looking down at the ground. So I don't think he probably sees you at this point.
Okay, I'm sorry to be nitpicky, but like, where am I in relation to the front door of the front doors of the hotel? Am I like just?
You basically just came outside.
Okay, so I'm gonna step to the side of the doors, and just be like, "You all right?"
I'm trying really hard not for Sylvia's first word not to be ghost.
Small monster.
It's pretty good.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I think you would just say, I saw something in there. It's him. He's here.
Okay, you made quite a scene.
And about that time, the black shirt comes out the front door, and yeah, he you can't quite tell what it is because the outside is not quite as well lit up as the inside, and your eyes are still adjusting, but he has something in his hand that he's kind of tapping against the other one.
But okay,
And he is walking right towards Silvio.
the manner that he's tapping is clearly a bludgeon and not a firearm, though, right? I mean, you don't tap a revolver against your palm type deal, right? I mean, that's not a thing that people do. Okay, fine, fair enough.
So
But
when
yeah,
Simon punches him in the back of the head, I said when Simon punches him in the back of the head, I'll be able to figure out what he's holding.
And
Because
no one
Just remember, this one's not on like 2 health because he's got like tuberculosis or some shit. Okay.
yeah, I know, but
He's a young strapping lad.
yeah, he's probably like 1.5 feet taller than me too. But this is what I do.
everyone's
defend-
a foot and a half taller than you.
They all fit in the sewer are the same, so it's fine.
Yeah, how's the grates in Trieste? Can you stuff a person through? Anyway.
But yeah, if he's approaching my buddies with ill intent, I will certainly catch him unawares.
I went to the side of the thing, and he's making a beeline right towards Silvio, right?
Well,
Yeah.
He is, yes.
So
But
I'm gonna move in a way that, like, I'm gonna Well, actually, I'm gonna wait. Might need to charge him or something, but how long till he gets to Silvio?
Seconds.
punch.
And I would like to point out that Simon already said that he was going after him. So
He did say that. Okay, so I'm gonna close too, but I'll see what he does.
I don't know if he even saw me. So
Yeah, I think Silvio's like
your spot hidden was
standing-
pretty poor.
Silvio's standing up straight at this point, seeing him come, and then I probably see a shadow come out of nowhere.
pretty much.
Deliver a haymaker.
Yeah, Simon, go ahead and roll your attack.
So would this get a bonus die for?
Sneaky.
Yep. Cool.
I will give you one in this case. Yes, you won't always when you're doing it, but
Cool.
Wow.
Ooh, right on the nose.
22's
Oh,
a
no.
hard.
Oh, and with bonus die. Nice.
That's a hard success. Yeah.
Oh, god darn it! I did this again.
Did what?
Yeah, you rolled off your
There
regular.
you go. Yeah, so 4 damage.
Well, he is going to attempt to dodge, although caught unaware, it is not exactly likely. Oh yeah, no, he did not see that coming, and you caught him right in the back of the noggin.
Nice.
And he kind of stumbles forward a bit, and yeah, you do now see what is in his hand, and it does appear to be a blackjack.
Cool, I could use one of those.
So, go ahead and roll your dexterity, and that is our initiative here.
Are we everyone outside rolling dexterity, I assume?
Yep,
Yep.
everybody.
Hard success. Finally, I get a good initiative roll.
Okay. So,
And I also
Silvio
have
got...
the plus 50 for a quick draw, so.
Oh, yeah. Are you using a gun?
That's a good point. I probably no.
Please don't.
Seeing that he just has a blackjack, I'm probably just gonna use. So yeah, I probably just have the hard success.
You don't want to
Good.
escalate? Okay.
Well, not yet.
It's firearms to escalate. Yes, please. Let's make a fucking spectacle of this, so everyone for blocks can hear it.
Okay. He did get an extreme success though, so he is going first.
Okay.
And yeah, he was going after Silvio, but Simon kind of made a target of himself. So he is swinging at you, Simon. Would you like to
Dodge.
attack back or dodge? Okay. So go ahead and roll your dodge.
Oh, come on.
Oh. Yeah, he definitely catches you with that blackjack. Ooh. Okay. You are taking 4 damage from catching the blackjack to the side of the face. Doesn't quite hit you in the temple like he was aiming for, but yeah, that hurts. Okay. Yeah, Silvio, though, you get to go next. What terrible things are you about to do to this man? I mean, deserved things, but what terrible things?
Sure. He probably has his back to me now to get Simon.
does.
I'm just gonna kind of grab him and give him a nice like knee to the belly, basically. Just spin him around and knee him. So that'll be a brawl. Let's see what we do here. That's just the unarmed on the combat tab, right?
Yep.
When do we get the group up bonus, or is that do we need a third person for that?
Ooh, that's a good
You need a
question.
third person.
Okay.
So I'll close shortly, but I'm not there yet.
Oh.
You are going to get the bonus die though.
Okay.
Because you're attacking him from behind.
Yes.
Oh, that's a hard success.
Yep. So yeah, ouch, 5 damage. Okay. The knee to the guts pretty much almost knocks him to the ground. He is, or knee to the side. He is not doing well. He is barely standing. So Clifton.
Yes.
Finish him.
I will close and clock him with a. I mean, do I have time to get the blackjack out, or do I have to just use my fist?
Well, do you have a blackjack, or are you talking about taking
Carrying
it?
it for a long time.
Yeah, you can. If you carry it on you, you can pull it out.
Yeah, I'll do that. Crack him in the back of the head if I can.
So normally you'd get a bonus die for teaming up, but you'd get a penalty die for drawing the weapon. So it's just going to be a wash. It's just going to be a regular unarmed attack. Well, brawl attack, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. You catch him upside the head with your blackjack, and he is out for the count.
That's not supposed to be a saver. I clicked the unarmed thing.
This is
Right.
unarmed. Yeah,
It's
it
unarmed.
says unarmed here.
There's a saver down there. I don't know why I did because I clicked unarmed.
Oh.
I don't know what that's
No. You did make an unarmed attack, and the damage roll you made was a regular unarmed roll.
Sweet.
So yeah, you're fine.
So let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that blackjack is mine.
Yep.
Is anyone taking any notice? Because that was really fast.
Is there a big crowd or?
No, you just knocked his ass out so fast that nobody had time to notice.
Is there a manhole cover nearby?
Does he have anything else on him before we toss him down there?
Are you looting the body?
Yeah.
Because that would take some time, and you risk getting unwanted attention.
Is there a darkened corner we can drag him to if we really want to do that, or should we just
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, if we just look in his pockets, I'm not going to do like a full pat down or anything.
You find his wallet.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Like Clifton's literally gonna say scatter, the the whisper yell thing, and he's gonna run in a direction. That's he's gonna speed walk in a direction. Not sprint, but just to not look like he did anything, but he's going north or something. That's
Are we going to toss this body here, Silvio?
I would love to, but I'm guessing there's probably no easy sewer.
Literally in front of a huge, opulent hotel. Also, he just ran screaming through the entire lobby, out the front door. Someone's going to go and investigate. You guys
And then just help knock out.
You guys need to get it.
Yeah, I'll probably just head in an opposite direction from Clifton.
Yeah.
Will I just go back into the hotel?
Someone has to get Cat.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I will.
I don't think Silvio would do it.
Okay. Silvio, are you scattering as well?
Yeah, I'm heading in the exact opposite direction from Clifton. So.
John Mulaney, smash, scatter.
Yeah. This is it. Silvio's first rodeo. So.
Yeah. It's only the third or fourth black shirt that you've
They might follow the pattern, but it's relatively random, right? I mean, hopefully.
So you guys scatter. Simon heads back into the hotel. Meanwhile, Kat has been searching the flagstones in the basement, and you do find the loose one and manage to pry it up.
All right.
Underneath the loose flagstone, you do in fact see a small gold medallion.
All right. We're getting
And
somewhere. I will read for it.
I was gonna say I'll send you a picture of it in Discord, what it looks like. Not the stuff that is with, obviously. That's just a leather journal, but yeah. But that's exactly what it looks like.
Is that the same angel figure? Or is that something different? It's hard to really see. No.
That is. It's kind of hard to tell what it is because you can't quite. It's some weird mass. It's some figure of some kind.
Right. Well, I'll grab it.
Okay.
Carefully.
I was gonna say pause there for a second because the moment that you touch it, I need a power check.
Ooh.
It is extreme difficulty.
Okay. Oh shit, this is gonna be tough. Even for my power. Alright, so I succeed. I would need to spend 42 luck to get extreme.
Mm-hmm.
I have 43 luck.
Do you want to spend that?
I don't know what the repercussions are, right?
Okay, so
Nope.
it is not to be too metagamey, but
You're running away. Be quiet.
Yeah.
Do I know is if I don't get extreme, but I get closer to extreme, does that make it better? Or is it like binary, like win or loss?
So when I give you a difficulty requirement like that, it is basically you need to meet that to get any sort of success.
fail, just utterly fail.
Okay. I have 1 luck left.
Yay!
She's gonna
Extreme
stay in hiding now.
Okay.
Like from here on out.
So because you spent the luck and you achieved your extreme success, you're just holding a medallion. Nothing happens. It's I mean, it's a pretty medallion, but it's a
So
medallion.
hectic.
Did
Okay.
did she feel anything wash over her or not?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure it's like nothing terrible, horrible happened to me. Okay.
But now that you're holding it and you're looking at it closely, I will at least give you a Cthulhu Mythos check.
Sure. I fail.
Okay. You have no idea what this thing is on the medallion.
I'll study it for a moment, like just to see, like, does it open up? Is it a locket? Does it do anything? And if and when it doesn't, I will throw it in my purse and put the flagstone back. There's nothing else inside that compartment.
Nope. That was it.
So I'll put the stone back, and I will thank the spirit that led me here. And then I'll head out.
Okay.
Is it still like really cold down here? Or has that passed?
No, actually, it's warming back up.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. I'll get
Okay.
out.
I think Simon will probably be talking to the concierge about the situation outside, saying that that guy who just ran out screaming, I think he punched someone on the street.
Oh,
I didn't get a good look at him.
why would you draw attention to it?
I didn't get a great look, but
Why would you draw attention to it?
I just want to make sure that I don't know, because someone's gonna pop up pretty
You gotta
soon.
make sure that that terrible fascist gets the medical treatment he deserves.
Oh no. Hopefully he's missing a few teeth. So.
No, I do hope that he gets the medical treatment he deserves. Sadly, he's probably not. So, yeah, the concierge, he looks kind of flustered, but he does kind of call over somebody, and they go out front. And after a little bit, they do kind of drag the unconscious body of the black shirt into the hotel.
When do I leave?
You would be coming in about the time that the unconscious black shirt is being drug inside.
So,
Wait. I'm going to pour, like, I'm going to ask for some a little liquor for the poor gentleman here who is obviously laid out, and I'm going to put some of the dream serum in there and try to get him to drink that.
oh, what? Wait.
Wow. Oh my
Why do you
God.
still have that?
What? I always have it.
No.
Yeah, whatever. He probably deserves it. I just.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
That That went in an interesting direction.
I don't mean any harm. I just want him out of it for a bit. So
Yes.
Do
Let
more
me dog for a while, right?
So, yeah, you get some water and you kind of surreptitiously drop a little bit into the water, and as the black shirt is being roused, you get him to drink a little bit, and then
I'll give it to the concierge because I don't want
okay.
to yeah.
Then he does that, and he
There we
drinks
go.
a little bit, and fucking out.
Nice.
He immediately, the moment that he takes a sip, he is out.
Okay.
So
Kind of
He
brilliant.
he really needed that water, obviously.
He was very
as
thirsty.
soon as I enter the lobby and I see this shit happening,
Yeah.
I do exactly this. I'm walking and I just go beeline for the door. I don't know these people. They don't see me.
Yep. You walk outside, and there is nobody around. You're standing on a cold, empty street by yourself.
Yeah. Now that my job is done to help this poor individual, I will be coming out of the hotel as well. Following.
Hello, Simon.
Oh, hi, Kat.
Care to explain what that was?
Someone had a beef with our rather built friend.
Had a beef with our beefy friend.
Yeah, had a beef with our beefy friend.
Had a beef with the beef. Interesting. I found something. I think we should head back to the hotel to debrief. The other hotel, the one we're actually staying at.
Yep, sounds good. I have a feeling the others will eventually get there.
Okay. I don't suppose you've happened to see Kochka anywhere, have you?
I have not. Should I?
No. And I take a look around. I look in the alleyway nearby, and I just go like, "Psst, psst, 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 psst. Are you here?"
No response.
Yeah, he doesn't always come when called. Oh well. I'll explain when we get there.
Sounds good.
Is Silvio okay?
Oh yeah, Silvio's fine. I took the worst of it.
Are you okay?
I'll have a little shiner in a little bit, but it'll be okay.
I meant psychologically.
Oh, I don't know actually. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but he seemed to be coming back to senses. He stopped running.
That most people might react the way that he did. So
Yeah, what was that?
I'll explain when we're together.
Okay.
So fast forward to
Yep.
meeting
So
up.
everybody eventually makes it back to the hotel that you're staying at.
So yeah, once we're all in the same room, I'll like go up to Silvio and I'll be like, "Silvio, are you okay? I know what you saw."
Yeah, I think so. I guess I'm gonna have to get used to seeing dead things be alive. Seems to be a common theme these days.
Surely, given the prevalence of such stories in myth and culture, all throughout the world, it couldn't be a surprise, could it, that such things exist? You're
Well,
not the first person to see a spirit, and you won't be the last.
I always believed those were just stories. People tell stories about lots of untrue things for one reason or another, but yeah, I guess in this case, these are more of the what we talked about, more things that maybe we don't understand but do exist.
Some stories are just that. most stories are a way for humans to process what they see. And at that, I will take the medallion out of my purse and throw it on the bed.
Oh snap!
That was indeed a spirit. I believe it was the spirit of Johann Winkleman. And he showed me where that was buried.
Interesting.
So I have no idea in character that there was a power test required to pick it up or anything. So
Nope.
I don't warn you not to touch it. Sorry.
You don't
I-
know if there's
yeah.
going to be another one required if somebody else touches it either.
Agreed. Yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
I think since Simon saw her holding it, I think, yeah, he'll pick it up. That's
Cool. I need a extreme will or extreme power check.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Good
go.
times. Good times.
Thanks for being the guinea pig, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't know. There's no way you could possibly warn him.
Oh my god.
How?
I did it.
What? What?
Yeah.
Wow.
22 fucking luck? Are you kidding me?
Wow.
So,
Holy shit.
and
I give up.
further, Simon has no idea, right? So, as far as
Nope.
as Silvio and I are concerned, this seems to be completely safe, right?
Yeah, no big deal. Pick
Oh,
it up.
boy.
It's fine.
Well, yeah, I'm taking a look at it, making notes of what's on it.
Do you
Does
recognize
it?
any of this?
So,
I?
examining this, anybody can make a Cthulhu Mythos check for anybody who has the Cthulhu Mythos skill.
When you say, can I, just from observing it with my eyes, can I do that? Or, okay.
Yep.
I have a 0. Can I test that?
Nope.
Bingo. I lost my, hold on. I
Good.
lost my character.
Why would you risk it if you got a 0? If you got 100?
Oh, if he got 100, I would give him information.
Oh, good.
Oh boy, would I
Oh,
give him information? Okay. Nope.
Wow. Okay.
I'll take a rubbing of it. Is it like embossed? Is that what it is, or is it more painted?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll actually put in our group Discord what it looks like.
Nice.
So
That'll be fun.
there you go.
Yay.
That's interesting.
So it was a bit roundabout, and we required the help of an otherworldly spirit, but my hunch was correct. The the effects that he gave to the waiter included this this medallion. Must have. Although it wasn't the ghost of the waiter that we saw, it was him.
So this is the 9th medallion.
Well, clearly, yeah.
Seems like
How
The
does
question
it
is, what do we do with it?
I also wonder. I don't know about these spirits, and I don't really want to know. But why did it want us to find it?
Don't know. Perhaps he thought we were the safest hands for it?
What are these runes around the side of it? Or are they runes or a language? I can't even tell. A bunch of symbols.
You can't tell what it is.
Do they?
Is there any similarity between the whatever this is right here and my pocket watch?
Nope.
Okay.
Actually, no, I stand corrected. There is one set of runes on the pocket watch that is very similar to one set of the kind of like hieroglyphic-y runes around the edge. It's not the same, but it's similar.
So can Clifton be like, and then pull out the watch and just pop it open and be like, does that look familiar to you guys? Like,
Yeah, I mean, anybody that looks at it can tell that they're kind of vaguely similar, but definitely not the same.
Mm-hmm.
that's curious.
I still don't get what this medallion has to do with anything.
We don't know enough. I think we should hide that we found this for now until we know more.
Should we hide the physical medallion somewhere?
No, I mean, we can keep it with us. Perhaps it's useful for, unlocking something or solving something later, but I don't think that we should hand it over to
No, absolutely not.
Signore, definitely not a vet.
Termona.
At least not yet. Not until we know what it's about.
No, we don't hand it over to him. We don't hand it over to the museum.
We could show it to that scholar. He might be able to decipher it or something.
I'm concerned about that. Even
Why?
that. Well, you did just say you only found it because a ghost led you to it, yes?
Well, we don't have to tell him that.
True, but there will be questions if he's like, "Oh, where'd you find this?" I mean, he's gonna have questions. He's an academic.
We've already told him like pretty much our entire life story, so
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
one more thing.
I told him three keywords for a start. Yeah, 3 keywords: set of car and 2 other things. That's it.
And there's 4 of us, and we're all from America, and yeah.
I guess, like, you're both right. You're both right. On the one hand, it will be very awkward if he asks where we got it. But on the other hand, yeah, like, if he's in with the Turks at all, he's already got our number. He knows exactly what we're about, and he's probably already sending men to kill us.
So you're saying we should travel to his home and murder him in the middle of the night?
No!
Oh,
Jesus.
I think we're going somewhere else with that.
Yeah, Clifton, you're a little dark, okay?
I just thought, yeah, okay.
It's been quite a few.
How many times has Clifton suggested we just murder someone?
One time, and he
No,
did it himself.
I think this is about 3 times, okay?
Well, no, the other 2 are jokes. The one time.
This one's for
Yeah, this
time
one.
He did it himself. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. What do you want us to do? Off a man, whack off a man?
Wait, what is that? Is that a World of Bosses? That's a Charlie Kelly, right? That's a Charlie
All 3
Kelly.
at once.
It's going to be a very awkward session.
Okay.
All right, so what's next?
Yeah, where do we go from here?
I think, well, it's getting kind of late, right?
We definitely need to take.
It is.
Yeah.
But we are in fascist
I'm going to,
territory.
So once this conversation starts to die down, I immediately go start brewing something.
Does Clifton recognize the smell of said brew?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
And when we go to sleep that night, I'm going to place the medallion underneath my pillow, and I'm going to give myself a dream vision.
Okay, so Conti's not going to watch.
Good.
I think the rest of us should, though.
In the
Yeah,
hopes
we
that perhaps,
should definitely do watches again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, not you, because you're going to be.
I'll be out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got the materials too for one of your things, right? Oh yeah, the powder, the ghost powder.
Yes, we have material for that. Can we add that to my spell list then?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you have successfully cast it once, you can go ahead and add that.
Well, I haven't successfully cast it once, have I?
Yeah, you
I
have.
thought you did. Yeah, you did last time.
Because I have it in my combat.
Just to create it. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I thought it was to throw it, but it's just
Yep.
to create it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Now the question is that actually in the compendium? I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
Only like half the spells that I gave you are in the compendium
Yeah,
because
it's been a bit of a hassle. I found them online, but
I only picked up well, I mean not all the books are in Roll20 yet, and the one that came out of is not in Roll20.
okay.
So,
So I'll just have to add it manually.
yay, copy and paste.
Yay, copy paste.
Okay. So while you're doing that, what's going on when you fall asleep is you wake up in your dream in a tundra,
Oh, good.
and you feel a frigid wind blowing in from the north. And in the shadows of the night, you see from the north a tall, lanky thing walking towards you. It's so dark that you can't quite tell what it is, but there is definitely something very large walking towards you.
Well, I don't like that. Do I have the medallion on me by any chance?
You do not.
Okay. I will wait for it to get closer, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know exactly what to do. So I'll just kind of wait, but like I'm staying wary. I'm not like approaching or anything.
So as you're waiting, it continues approaching, and you realize, oh, this thing was further away than I thought. Which also means proportionally it's taller than I thought. Much, much, much taller.
Oh, good.
So, Justin, would you go ahead and share that picture I shared in Discord with everybody?
Oh, God.
It's currently up right now.
Oh, is
Okay.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And as it is standing there, looming over you, it is probably about 60 feet tall, at least, and has this gaping, elongated mouth and this weird build that is not quite full. And its head just kind of tilts down and looks at you. And that's when you wake up.
So I wake up like in a sweat and like burst out of bed and immediately splash water on my face. And then it's too cold. And then I immediately towel it off and I'm like shivering from the cold.
Oh, I mean it's warm inside the hotel room, but you are still cold.
Yeah, I was thinking like it's psychosomatic, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Like almost like part of her is still in the dream, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Am I staying in a room with somebody or am I on my own?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if we ever came up with a solution here. We just know that this was sort of a ratty hotel, right?
Correct.
I feel like based on what we were, like we're on the run, whatever. I feel like we would have tried to get a hotel all together because it feels safer.
Yeah,
That's
so we
just-
can keep watching stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Makes
So
sense.
Silvio can punch Kat whenever she goes into a trance.
Technically, I had to cut her.
That sounds a lot worse.
Yes.
not helping. So yeah, if anybody else is awake, I'm just like, well, that didn't help.
Well, someone's awake. We didn't work on shifts, but we were doing watch. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we'd all wake up. So, what?
yeah, probably.
What did you see?
I wish I could describe it. I was
Well, I
in
think
some.
you can, right? Is that why we looked at the medallion here? Because it looks like the thing on the medallion.
Ghost? Was it the ghost?
No, it was something totally different. Now that I've seen it, is it the creature on the medallion?
It certainly looks like
The
it.
creature on the medallion is similar, kind of like it's curled up onto itself on the medallion, but it looks similar.
Okay. So yeah, I'll point to the medallion. I'll say I think it was this or something like this, but whatever it was like nothing we've seen. It was enormous. It towered over me like I almost said a skyscraper, but those don't exist yet.
I think
No, they do.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah.
There aren't many, but yeah,
One
they
of
do.
those skyscrapers they have in New York.
A creature the size of a skyscraper.
Yeah.
Was it here in the city?
No. I was in like a frozen waste, and it looked down at me, and it saw me, and then
Did
I
it
awoke.
seem? How did it regard you? With
Oh,
curiosity or menace or?
we shared tea and talked about boys. It was a hideous monster.
Did it seem curious or angry or?
It regarded me like an insect,
Okay.
the same way that you would seeing a centipede on a trail.
Well, I might stomp one, so at least he didn't do that to you.
Well, you are full of positive wisdom, Clifton.
Yeah.
Centipedes are creepy. He's, he sounds offended when you say that.
I feel more lost than ever. Oh, well, except for the cold, and it's been very cold here. Does this creature? Is this where the cold is coming from?
I think that creature has something to do with the cold in this place.
Okay, I'm not the guy, but can I roll a cult on this one, or is that like is that? I mean, is this a thing that I can be like?
What is it that you're trying to figure out?
Is if this has any like relation to any knowledge that I have of prior, whether it's the ghosts or any other thing? Like, is there connection to like the cult of I mean the crawling chaos, but he doesn't know him by that. You know, like the thing that the Duke worships.
So that would be a Cthulhu mythos roll, not an occult roll.
Right, because it's all the way in, right? It's like
All
the way in the well. It's not even. There's no treading water on this one. It's okay. Well, and if I roll this, I risk sanity, right? Just even thinking about it, right? Or no? Whatever. I'm gonna roll it. It's fine. I'll roll it. We're gonna do. Let me just find the. I'm gonna spend that luck if I can. Is that? Can I?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend that luck. So that's okay. 8 luck, right? Okay.
hot diggity.
That's a Cthulhu Mythos score of 6. For those of you listening.
Yeah.
But I rolled a 14, so yep. I'm gonna roll that luck or use that luck, and what do I know?
So yeah, you don't always get to spend luck on Cthulhu Mythos, but I'm giving it to you, because this does actually ring a bit of a bell for you. Something that you had read when you were translating the book for Cat. You did see a reference to something that was referred to a couple of times in a couple of different ways in the book. And let's see. You saw it referenced as the Windwalker, the cold wind from the north, the Wendigo, or Ithaqua.
So I share that
You
information
know, we come
with
out
my
here for
companion.
the
So Katarina in character is like, huh, that's very interesting. Yes, very interesting. And out of character, I'm like, no!
Exactly. Sylvia has no idea. How many
And
enemies are we gonna have?
to expound on that, I mean, whatever. Like Clifton's like, probably explains the weather we've been having.
Understatement of the century.
Hey,
Although, does he understand? Hold on, does Clifton understand with this information that this is likely now two different major, like, I don't know what the old one powers like. I mean, because now we're talking about the thing that the Duke worships. I mean, Nyarlathotep, the crawling chaos. That's very distinct from Ithaqua, right? I mean, so does he understand that, or
Do we know?
No.
okay?
You don't know that the Duke whether or not the Duke has anything to do with the crawling chaos. That was an assumption that you made out of character.
Well, no, hold on. There was some reference to like the skinless one, or like the
skinless one.
And crawling chaos are not necessarily the same thing.
Right. No, I'm just okay. So I'm just saying, like, is it so Clifton does not understand that like this is likely two different entities here. It could just be another aspect of whatever we're trying to fight type deal, or he doesn't even know any of that.
You can make whatever assumptions you want. You just know based off the description that was given to you by Cat that matches up with similar descriptions in the book for something known by all those names I gave you.
Fair enough.
Alrighty.
You know, as you were describing it, I was going to joke that it was the Wendigo from our Icewind Dale thing, and then I'm like, oh wait, it's probably Ithaqua, and that's exactly what it is.
I was sitting there and I was like, when we were doing
It's hard to
they wouldn't just throw in Ithaqua, right? Like they wouldn't just throw that in there, would they?
I'd like to point out, and anybody at home can go back and count, but I'd say at least a half dozen times tonight alone I have referenced the cold wind from the north.
Oh,
yeah, I have.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I thought my first thought was like, this is going to be like a creature. You know what I mean? Like a,
a lesser monster, not like an older.
related to, but not it.
Yeah.
In any event, so we have the medallion. Okay, medallion, Ithaqua, whatever. Where do we go from here? Well, we should go back to.
We gotta wait till we wake up in the morning, probably in general. We're gonna try and get as much sleep as we can. Can you talk to I'm gonna actually while we're up, Clifton's gonna ask, can any of you talk to the cat things that are supposed to be our allies right now? Because I can't exactly, the one that I spoke to was an asshole. He's not gonna like be at my beck and call. Do you guys have any way of communicating with them?
No cat is at any of our beck and call.
Right. I'm just saying. They're supposed to be our allies for the moment. Can any of you contact them?
I have tried to see if Kochka is following us. He is
I'm
probably
with it.
occupied at the moment. I'm assuming if they're not here watching us, watching over us, that they are doing something equally important.
They've contacted me, but I don't know how to contact them. That was just in a dream.
You usually don't contact them.
Right. Well, we should try and get some sleep. Who's got next watch?
I'll take it since I'm not getting any more sleep tonight. Frankly. And Simon's already out.
Yeah.
And yeah, and
We'll
Clifton will
continue
grab
through the night. We'll continue through the night. Nothing else of any major, import happens. And the morning rolls around. You still have, probably a good 10 to 12 hours before you're set to go meet the translator. What do you guys want to do today?
That is a good question.
Were there any other threads? Let's see. So we got the diary. We looked at the hotel. Got the medallion.
Feel
You
like
still
that-
haven't looked into Napoleon's men.
yeah. Well,
And
let's
we
look
haven't visited the actual in where the body is, right? At the churchyard. I kind of don't feel like there'd be anything there, but maybe.
well, no,
It was there, but it was moved.
Yeah, well, now that
that's right.
she found the thing under the flagstone, I no longer think that's a very good lead.
Yeah.
But what was?
Do we know
what's
where
the
he's
Napoleon's
buried now?
What's up?
Hmm?
Moved?
Can you say that again?
Where she was asking where he was moved to.
Where he was moved to.
He was moved to the museum, right?
The garden was
No.
created on the site of where he was originally buried.
No, that was the site where he was originally buried. Was the cathedral
Right. So Winkleman was buried in the
And-
Cathedral San Giusto churchyard. This was later moved, and the garden was created on its site.
Well, right, but
So is he still buried under there, or was he moved to the churchyard location?
No, he was moved out of the city because
Okay.
this was not his home city.
Okay.
He was originally buried here, but he was moved. It was doesn't say in the article, but it was back to somewhere within Germany.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
That makes sense.
So yeah, we could try and find his original internment space or whatever the term is, the burial spot at the Cathedral San Giusto, right? That was the original spot.
Mm-hmm.
We've already done the Hotel Vernoli, and we've already done the heirs to Giovanni Termona. The only other one that I know of is Francesco Arcangeli, the guy who murdered him.
I was gonna say, I want to find where he's buried.
For the shot.
Or at least find, were there any documents, like confessions, anything
Yeah, or just
from
like,
him?
I want to know more about him, because if he was trying to steal these medallions, he might have known more than he lets on.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Does that mean we have to go back to the archive office with the two black shirts outside, and we just
No,
assaulted
I think perhaps maybe the three of you can look into one of these other matters, like the Napoleon thing, and I'll just go talk to Peter.
that thing too. How do we? Right. But also, what lead do we have exactly about the dagger? Because I don't remember anything about that.
It's not here.
The dagger's
That
not.
has nothing to do with the city.
Okay, so do we have any lead about Napoleon's army, or is it just the vague thing
Napoleon's
that
army marched through Trieste.
Right, so we don't have any specific lead about that, right? It's just that we know that they
We
marched
know
through.
that Napoleon's army had one of the pieces of the simulacrum.
Right, and they marched through here, and maybe it's here or not. But we don't have a specific go look here or anything, or even a vague thing about that, do we?
No, that's what we would need to look
Okay.
Yeah, there should be some records of like where his army stayed,
Well, I
at
am
least,
down with
or that kind of thing.
Yeah, as a
library use.
So yeah, Kat, if you wanted to flirt with Peter, could you just make sure that
research, Simon. Not
could he just make sure that like the medallions in that case are authentic? Like, I'm a little curious actually.
sure. Do you mind if I bring this one with me?
Oh
That
yeah,
way?
sure.
There? Okay.
Hold on, before we leave the hotel, Clifton's going to point out that it's possible that the black shirt that we dealt with outside of the place could remember what the screaming Mexican man looked like, and it might behoove us to disguise him a bit.
Sure.
He probably, I mean, I was right there. He didn't see the rest of the guys, I don't think, but like the rest of us. But you know, it might be good to like just, I don't know, a mustache and goatee or something. I don't know. I mean,
Just so we know, since I know it's been a couple weeks, so as a refresher, just so you're aware, the dagger was sent safely with stalwart allies, quote unquote, to the city of Zara, which we know is further east on our.
All right, yeah, we'll make up a quick disguise for, or at least give you some articles of clothing that are
Make it good.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'll give that a roll.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hard success. Okay.
You're back real quick.
So we know Kat is going to go talk to Peter. What are the rest of you guys going to look into?
Library, Napoleon.
Yeah, I want to look into Napoleon. I'm terrible at library use, but my history is very good, so I'm trying to think of how to leverage that too.
Yeah, how does that?
Because it seems that would come into play for thinking about Napoleon's army.
So, considering your history skill, I will give you a bonus die on the library use.
Okay.
You're still going to have to roll library use, but you are going to get a bonus die.
Okay.
And then are the three of us doing that then, or was there something else we were trying to do?
That's what it sounded like.
Yep.
Yeah,
Unless you have something else you want to do.
No, so I should.
I will pick up. I will pick up some kitty treats on my way to the library.
Jack, did we get a chance to buy like cheaper clothes and such on like between here and there? Okay.
Yep. Hand wave that. Yeah, not a big deal.
Yep. Not a complicated task. Let's see. Where is my character sheet? There we go. Library use. Oh, come on.
Oh, I could just. Well, let me see what the bonus die is first.
Wow, we are.
No,
not
I'm
doing
gonna
great.
spend the 3 luck to succeed.
Yeah, like it's right there, right there.
Okay.
Should I spend more to make it a hard success?
I mean, it's not that expensive to make it a hard success.
It's not that much more expensive. That would be.
I don't know where your luck's at.
What did I roll? So it'd be 13.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm gonna make it a hard success.
Yeah.
I'll spend 13.
And you'll end up with more than I have. So. I can't.
Okay.
42 luck. And you just went ahead and succeeded.
Well, I didn't know what it was. Someone had to bite the bullet, so.
Yeah,
but then every
out of combat for the next like 3 sessions because she's got to build her luck back up to the plus 30 point, right?
So, Silvio, you do find records of a court-martial that happened when Napoleon's men came through Trieste. It is in French, but there is a translation that you are able to work through. But if you would like to go ahead and read this to our audience.
Okay. Oh, I finally get to read a document. Summary of findings of court-martial in French, dated September 13th, 1797. Chef de Bataillon Gaston Fussel presiding. At the inquiry into the deaths of Sergeant André Legrand and Soldat Jules Heron, the following facts were determined by the tribunal. On September 9th, Sergeant André Legrand, it seems like that's sergeant, corporal, and soldier. So Corporal Marcel Lasnier and soldiers Jules Heron and Louis Cocheffer, there's a lot of French names here, from Legrand's unit were drinking at a tavern. Il Capro Ubriaco, the drunken goat, where they fell in with Marchetti. Witnesses present stated that Legrand was very drunk. Corporal Lasnier and the two soldiers went upstairs, where the tavern owner also ran a brothel. Upon their return, Legrand and Marchetti had disappeared. Legrand's body was found in a nearby alley a short time later. Witnesses stated that it was common knowledge in the unit that Sergeant Legrand had acquired some valuable treasure in Paris. This item was kept in his kit. The bag had been in Legrand's possession at the tavern, but was missing when his body was found. Lasnier, Heron, and Cocheffer sought Marchetti partially to revenge their sergeant, but also to recover Legrand's treasure. On September 10th, the three men found Marchetti drinking at Caverna del Retili, the Lizard's Cave Tavern. They waited until he left, then ambushed him, stunning him and dragging him to a cul-de-sac where they sought to extract the location of the bag. Witnesses stated that Marchetti at first denied having the bag, but after being beaten, confessed that he had passed the bag and its contents to his master. Marchetti refused to reveal the name of his master, and a further beating ensued. It was at some time during the second beating that Marchetti's shirt was torn from his body. The facts from this point are unclear. Witnesses report hearing screams followed by repeated heavy blows. The civil authorities were summoned, and upon investigation, Lasnier and Cocheffer were found dazed and bleeding, along with two bodies. One was the body of Heron, who appeared from the marks about his throat to have been strangled. The other body was battered beyond recognition, but may have been the body of Marchetti. Lasnier claims that the body was that of a monster that strangled Heron before it was killed. He claimed that the subsequent damage to the body was caused by Cocheffer beating it with a billet of wood. A blood-soaked billet was found at the scene. Cocheffer has not been able to testify. Doctors who have examined him conclude that it is unlikely that his mind will ever return. The finding of this tribunal is that Legrand was killed by civilian Marchetti in the course of a robbery. Heron was killed by person or persons unknown. The death of Marchetti is unconfirmed. Oh boy.
And with that, we are going to call it for the evening.
Nice.
So the investigators appear to have found the trail of a piece of the simulacrum, and in a very roundabout way. But hopefully you guys will be able to join us next week as we will hopefully conclude our adventure in Trieste and continue on the Orient Express. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Again, sorry that we had to take a couple of weeks off, but we are glad to be back and look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye.
Bye.